0. I think we did it. Yay! Are we live?
Are you live?
Tell me if we're live. Are we live? I don't know.
Darcy Maniac.
Are we live? Everybody? Are we live? Let's see.
Somebody, let us know.
Are we live? Hey, look at that. RC Maniac can see us and hear us.
Proof of stream.
There we go. Okay.
Proof of life?
Wait a minute. Let's see. It looks like the stream might be frozen.
Video is, yeah.
Yeah, video is frozen. Okay.
Too many bits.
We're gonna fix that. Let's see. Let's see if I can't go back to that.
Go back to 5,000 bits.
5,000 bits. Let's see.
It had to freeze me like that.
Yeah.
That's a good phrase.
There we go.
Oops.
Oh. It's fleeting.
There we go. Wait a minute. There we go. That's better. Look at that. Look at that. There's action in the frame.
Jazz hands.
That's fun. Jazz hands. That's what it is. Okay. So obviously, because our video stream is going to be just a little bit behind or ahead of the chat. Here we go. Oh, see, I tricked you. Did you see that? So anyway, there we go. Pooch and Joel. Let's see. All good now. There we go. There we go. It's funny. So RC Maniac 25. He is typically the person that says can hear you and can see you. He is a joyous human.
He's like the virtual sound check guy.
Kind of like the virtual sound check
okay.
guy.
I like it.
Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. When was the last stream we did? I
don't remember. I have no idea, man.
It's been a long time,
Yeah.
but I just want to thank everybody for coming by. We have an incredibly special episode planned for next week. And rather than try to force something this week, the idea was to bring you a really cool stream because Artillery just announced the Sidewinder X2. And anytime I say X2, I think of X2, X-Men United.
Yes.
Right? But this
that's
is
X-Men.
not the case. This is not X-Men. This is a 3D printer. And also, right over here, this is Pooch.
Pooch.
That was pretty good.
I was working
That was
on
pretty
that.
good. That was. I mean, you had.
Well, look, you know how at the beginning of songs these days, hip hop artists do they say their name. It's a branding thing.
You're the hype person.
Yeah, yes.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
Okay.
I apologize.
By the end of the stream, I
DJ
really
Pooch?
hope someone is able to design a logo because Pooch does laser cutting over at Repcord, and so it'd be cool if you had Pooch.
Yeah.
And it had to do with lasers, and I want that logo to be able to be 3D printed, and then I want you to put it above your laser cutter.
Oh, I like that.
I like it. Pooch. That's my homework for everybody out there.
Pooch.
See, I can't do it because I'm not Pooch. Also, I really want to thank Dell for sponsoring this stream. So Dell reached out and liked what we do and said, we want to help empower the creativity on your channel. And so this laptop right here, the Precision 7760 that they sent over is powering this stream. And it's great because inside is a pretty good video card. And we're going to be able to crunch all the videos on this thing and do some cool editing. I have some really neat ideas planned. But
It's a pretty sweet.
Cool.
It's a pretty sweet rig. You let me play with it a little bit earlier. It was very impressive.
There's a really cool Ethernet port on the back.
That
we've
was my
actually
favorite part.
Attached into. Yeah.
It's right there. No, it's very clever design. It actually expands down
It does.
to grab onto
It's
your
kinda neat.
your cat.
So
Cat
everybody
6?
at this point, just get the dude you're getting Adele out of your system because
Dude, you're getting Adele.
and then people think, dude, you're getting Adele. It's like we're getting to see Adele.
Well, that's what I thought. You told me Adele was going to be on the
Yeah.
stream. and
Rolling
I
in
was-
the deep.
Nah,
Rolling in the deep.
we like Dell too.
We do. Absolutely. Also, because the laptop is right here, I'm able to see some cool stuff. I'll be able to come over to the chat every so often. It looks like Robert Griffin became a member. Thanks, Robert. Anybody else that wants to become a member of the channel to help support what we do, you can click a button down there somewhere and it enables that. 3D printing with the connection sent a $6.24 super chat.
Look at that. It converts it now.
It does convert it because in YouTube it's
$4.49.
$4.49. Are you out of your mind? But then Stream Elements converts it. So
Very cool.
we'll always try to make sure we look and see if it ends in a 9 because it's imperative to know if you're out of your mind.
Which most of your audience probably is, right?
It's possible. I mean, I am. I can't expect.
Yeah. If Joel's
Listen to everybody
if I
just
am.
like us.
Yeah.
If Joel's the barometer, then yeah, they're all. Yeah.
So then this is the Artillery Sidewinder X2. The X1 was reviewed on the channel. I know the X1's been through 4 or 5 different revisions for various things. I thought highly of the machine in the time that I was able to use it because it did well. It performed well. It was a direct drive machine with a decent sized build volume and not a bad price.
Good value. Yeah.
The Artillery Hornet, I think, was also an okay machine, but I couldn't recommend it based on the combined Bowden tube and electronics package. I don't know if you saw that video.
I did actually.
Okay.
I did.
Oh,
I
wow.
did my homework. I watched the video. I'm aware of the tube.
Peter Rogers with a $10 super chat for the post-stream milkshake fund.
Yes.
It's been months since I've had a good milkshake.
There's always a lot
Has
of
it?
talk, but I'm
I don't
going to
know,
make sure it happens.
Time doesn't really make sense anymore. And so days blend into evenings, blend into weeks, blend into months. And so I just know it's been longer than it should have been since I've had a milkshake. And actually with Pooch up here,
We're going to do it.
yeah, we're going to get milkshakes after this. So thank you,
Yes.
Peter Rogers. And also, BTR Plumbing sent a $1.99 super chat. Hey, Joel, got an Ender 5 Pro, and I love it. That is
Nice.
great. $1.99. Are you out of your mind?
I got it.
Hi,
I'll be there with you.
Did
on
you
the next
really?
one. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Hybotics.
My
Hybotics.
bad.
It says 314. That's like pi. That's like
That's-
pi.
I see
Keep
what
up
he
the great
did.
work. Your videos are awesome. And Dennis sent 593. So that's not cool. Because I think the Andrew Rogers 10.
Yeah.
And then there's
£5
Dennis with
No,
€5.
€5.
€5.
Yep,
So that's
yep, yep.
593.
Yeah.
Hi from France. Can't wait to know what this is. I can't wait to know about all of this. And I would have to agree with you. So
Without further ado.
without further ado.
I'm particularly excited as well because I have 4 heavily modified X1s. And like Joel said, it was good value, served me well, did some farming with them. But I'm very eager to see what improvements they've done.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have read, I tried to go in a little bit blind on this, but I have read that they're using a 32-bit board. I've read that there is an auto level sensor.
Very good.
I've read that the way the cables attach are upgraded. And I read that the bed cable is upgraded.
That's good. That's the real X factor. That's the real question in my mind because the cables were finicky to say the least. I had 3 machines that were fine, and one of them had just some bad ribbon connectors.
I think that was a lot of the failures with the X1s was not necessarily the cables themselves, the ribbon cables, but their connection points.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's usually where the failures happen.
Inside we have foam. No one should really be surprised at that point. Got a little baggie. Does say artillery.
Gonna get a peek in there.
That's
That's
good.
nice.
That's good. Yeah, it's packaged really well.
Little
There we
zipper
go.
baggie.
You see that one, Sean?
Yeah, I got
There
it.
we go. There's an artillery baggie full of fun. Looks like spool holder with the filament detection on it. We've got a booklet. Do you know how to read?
I've dabbled. It's got nice pictures for people like me
Does.
that don't care to read.
One of the things that's interesting, and it's different than the X1, is the top bar across the uprights is injection molded plastic, which is similar to how the Genius does it.
On the X1, it was injection molded for you?
No. The Genius was injection molded.
Genius was
The X2 has it injection molded as well.
Oh,
So
I
want you to-
see. I see.
So have a look. So
Okay.
this is the uprights right here. The uprights, it's like football. Here, will you hold that for
Yeah,
me?
I'll hold that. Sure.
Sean, you take a look up here.
I will.
So the Genius, which we've also reviewed on the channel, had this injection molded piece at the top to kind of hold it. And the worry was when you mount the spool holder on top, it could be the plastic wasn't enough to kind of hold it in place, and it might fudge itself a little bit.
Like some twist or something.
But I mean, we'll find out.
It's a pretty solid
We'll
hunk
find
of
out.
plastic. would
I
say.
don't want to say it's not going to work without testing it, but I don't want to say it works without testing it as well. Will you put that to the side for me, please?
Certainly.
It's very us blue.
Yeah.
The best blue.
You like the blue? Huh?
Yeah.
Hybotics, 314. Let's see. We got that one. Dennis. Sam Blind Maker, 355. Hi from France. Okay, we can't. BTR Plumbing. Still need to send you a mini toilet. That's right. $1.99. Are you out of your mind? Yes.
A mini toilet.
BTR Plumbing makes mini toilets.
He sells them. They sell well.
Like actual toilets?
Well, I mean,
mini?
it's not toilets for ants. It's like 3D printed mini toilets. Like some people have mini pallets on their desk.
Oh, I see.
Mini toilets.
Would you put your Poopmoji collection on?
I could.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
May I look in your
Yeah, have a
bag
look.
of holding?
Have a look. I'm gonna take out.
All right, so it looks like we get some extra parts, which is always nice.
Spare parts are
Spare
wonderful
parts.
to have.
You got one of these. Well, I'm sure we'll figure out what that is in a moment.
Will we?
USB. This is good. Extra ribbon cable. Never bad thing to have.
Never bad.
And your tools. You know what? I think this is part of the new improved spool holder. Very nice. Very nice.
So rather than using bearings, it looks like the spool holder is using these roller bars. Oh, if you've used a Sidewinder before, this is going to look incredibly familiar.
There you are.
It's a big sheet metal case.
Mr. Able to Speak with a 10-pound donation.
10 pounds?
10 pounds.
I have 10 pounds.
Which turns out to
13.99.
13.99.
13.90. 13.90. I would rather have a flat bed than auto bed leveling. Well, I obviously.
Fair.
So
Fair point.
let's just take a moment to address that. That's what everybody wants within 3D printing is a flat bed in order to print on.
He says as he leans on.
Sure. So auto bed leveling isn't a replacement for a non-flat bed. What auto bed leveling does, it just gets you that much closer to being able to have the perfect first layer. Some people like it, some people don't. I think, I don't know. Do you like auto bed leveling?
I do. I mean, I think it's better than nothing. Obviously, it's trying to account for the imperfections in the manufacturing process. Obviously, if you want something that's more affordable, we can't afford to necessarily, provide mix 6 milled, perfectly flat aluminum. So it absolutely makes a difference. But yes, certainly, a lot of people would say it's a Band-Aid for a problem rather than just giving you a properly flat plate to begin with. It's just. Is it pragmatic to spend the money to get what you really need for a perfectly flat plate?
So even if you have a perfectly flat, like a mix 6 plate,
Yes.
it's still going to deform at different temperature profiles. So 60C and 100C are going to make it have different temperature profile or different levels, right? So the nozzle will be closer to the bed at 100C just because the heat is going to cause it to expand a little bit and contort a
Potentially.
little bit. And so when you have auto bed leveling, one of the cool features of auto bed leveling that I like is that you can print at 60C on the bed or 100C on the bed, and the ABL is going to compensate for any of the imperfections that may occur or any of the changes that may occur while you're printing at this higher temperature. And so you wouldn't have to re-level your bed for ABS and then go back to re-level your bed for PLA and then change it a little bit for PETG. The ABL is going to compensate for that heat. So even if you have like the Daedalus itself, it's got a mix 6 plate on it and it's super thick, but it takes a while for the heat to soak that plate.
Yep.
And so you got to turn it on for 20 minutes or so before you get a really good heat profile for that bed. And then the ABL takes over and gets the nozzle close for the height that it's at, and then you're good to go.
Nice. A couple more super chats coming in. 3D printing with the connection. Oh, we skipped one. My apologies.
Mr. Able to Speak, 1390,
We
we
did that.
got that one. Cromer Gamer, the $5 super chat. Love watching your videos. Got a CR6 SE and an Ender 3 Pro. Recently purchased a CR Touch for the Ender 3. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. 3D printing with connection, 2502. That must be.
That was a 99.
That was a 99.
Yeah. A little scrolly scroll.
Good, you got a scroll there.
17.99.
17.99. Are you out of your mind? I do love that. You're the reason why I started streaming, Joel, and streaming my newest CR30 along with 2 CR10 V2s and my CR10S belt drive all the way. Well, that's interesting.
Ooh,
Well,
that
thank you
sounds-
for that.
Sounds really interesting.
Jeff's 3D Corner, Canadian 5, eh? Thanks for all you do. How was Disneyland going in March? Disneyland was great. I was able to go down there with a couple of my kids because my wife and our oldest were in Florida for a softball tournament. So that was a lot of fun. We had a blast. Lines weren't too long. I thought it was a really safe time to go. They did all the things right. I want to go back. I want to go again. That was a lot of fun.
Me too.
Yeah, Sean wants to go. Sean definitely wants
Sean's
to
still a
go.
little bitter.
Sean definitely wants to go.
BTR Plumbing, mini toilet guy, $199. Are you out of your mind? Can you eventually review the Ender 5 Pro?
Ooh, that's a really good question. So I have an Ender 5 Pro in a box.
I saw it. True
Yeah,
story.
You saw it. We had to move it out of the way. And, I mean, yeah, I think we could try to do that. Fair. Ooh, have a look.
Bob Sweat leads to pearl necklaces, $5. Got a new Prusa Mark III S Plus, good choice. Assembled and printed 10 perfect prints.
Ooh.
Now display panel is going nuts. Will not boot, showing weird symbol suggestions.
That's going to be RF interference.
Could
Isn't
be.
it, typically?
Could be. Could be.
could be.
Sometimes you get some botched ribbon cables go
Okay.
into that. Is
Yeah.
something I would certainly look
Yeah,
at.
I would look at replacing the cables.
That's probably the lowest hanging fruit.
Yeah.
If the truth is, Prusa support is fantastic.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you reach out to them, they will get you whatever you need. They are very good about honoring their warranty, and their support is very responsive. And I'm not just saying that because I have a ton of Prusa.
Yeah, you've actually probably had to use the support.
I have. We got 24 of them for the print farm, and there was a problem with one, and they were very good about making it right.
Sean, have a look right here.
Yep.
See that? The screws came pre-threaded for the bed.
Like, are they actually threaded into the base piece here?
Well, let's see. Can we remove them?
Typically, you don't want the threading on that side.
Well, I'm sorry. They are pre-threaded in. So there is a bare side to the screw, and it's just threading at the top. So
it's a shoulder bolt.
It is a shoulder bolt.
That's a neat way to do it. Huh.
Well, one of my least favorite things about some other machines is having to adjust that or attach the uprights.
Yes.
I like that they're there.
Yeah, I like that they're already there for you.
I would like
you
to
know
take a
that
look
I'm
at the
ready to go.
electronics and see how things are connected.
Break the
It does say warranty void if broken, but
something tells me that
that's
may not apply to you.
necessarily the.
It has been broken.
It's been
the
broken.
seal has been
so
broken.
I'd like to
ladies
take
and
a look and see. Mainly, I want to see how power is connected. There's been a lot of talk in the community about proper way to connect power, with bare wire being okay and tinned wires being a sin.
Tinning is sinning.
So we're gonna find out how power is connected.
Tinning is a no-no.
And
This
why?
is a-
So how about this? While I am taking out the screws for the bottom plate, Pooch, could you tell them why tinning wires is looked down upon?
Yeah, so if for those who are not familiar with what the process of tinning is, typically when you have a bare wire, they will typically add a little solder to the joint to basically hold the strands. You're dealing with a stranded wire, hold it together. And obviously that's going to make it easier for whoever's to assemble to put it into the heater, the block, the terminal blocks, right? But the problem is that over time has current flowing through it that creates heat, and that will expand and contract. And that expansion and contraction can compromise the connection with the terminal block and become a sparky problem at some point.
Or at least it can generate more heat because of the resistance.
Right, so it's kind of a compounding problem potentially. So you don't typically want to tin your wires, and so the correct way to go about it is using something called a ferrule. And apologize if that's over-explaining. I know, and a lot of you already know that, but maybe you don't, and you're new to it.
So I am very happy to report there are ferrules on the end of these wires. I'll see if I can't tilt this up so you can take a look at this, Sean.
Thanks.
Here, let's see.
You're tethered. Yeah, it's
I'm tethered, so we
do
will.
they hot glue it all?
Yeah, and there's some hot glue in there.
So we can't just disconnect the fan header for
Not easily.
that? Okay. Maybe just slide it toward you so you can.
Good
Wait,
luck.
wait.
Good luck with this.
We got it.
There we go.
There, I got
Nice.
you. I got you.
There we go. So have a look in there. So if you can see right there, that green block. Yeah, there's going to be ferrules connected to the end of those wires, and that is the safest way to do this.
Do you have what a ferrule? Well, there was. I thought there was a set.
There's a
It's
set
a
right
crimp-
there.
We've shown them before on the channel.
Oh,
too.
you
Yeah.
showed it before. Okay.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this is
That's
very,
good.
very, very good news. It looks like that's the right way to connect power.
And it's all your high current stuff. So that's going to be your power in, your heated bed connection, and your hot end connection.
And your hot end,
typically.
that's right.
Yeah.
Will you hand me the?
What do you need?
No, I need this.
Oh, that. Yeah.
I got to put it back together so we can actually print something on this thing.
Meh.
I suppose so. David Spector, $9.99. Are you out of your mind?
Joel, what's the name of the Allen set you are using?
It is a good
His name is Pooch. It's not. He's Alan, but he goes by Pooch. No,
Waka Waka Waka.
so the Allen set. This is from Wera. Wera. Look up Wera on Amazon. Feel free to use an affiliate link if you want. But
a good set.
Wera. Wera, and it's an Allen set, and it's quite honestly like the best Allen keys I've used.
I was using it earlier to put together some CR30s, and I was just really impressed by the design on just the holder piece. It's a kind of a flexible, it's got a living hinge on it, and a neat little kind of clasp to cinch it. Really cool design. Never heard of him until you told me about him.
Well, I'm
and then
glad.
who told you about him?
Yeah.
I believe it was Mark Rhodes.
Mark of the Roads.
I think.
Friend of the channel.
If it wasn't and it was someone else, I'm just going to profusely apologize.
Well, it's cool. It's a good set, and looks like some crazy kind of metal that's never going to wear on you. Massimo, $1.99. Are you out of
$1.99?
mine with a sticker?
I am out of my mind.
And our good friend, Loyal Moses.
Loyal with 100. Loyal.
the Benji.
100. Have a great stream, Pooch. Consider this an official
Binding
investment.
That's
Ooh.
not how that works, Loyal, but thank you. Thank you. Very generous as always. You'll be happy to know the Pooch table is alive and well. It is now a holder of mining rig.
Yeah, I have a crypto mining rig on it, and it's holding it just fine.
Joel has entrusted his precious mining rig to the Pooch table. So I did take a shot of that, and I'll share it on social media
It's
later.
dangerous.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah.
I don't know if people are going to believe you.
You know what?
Yeah, I'm just really happy that there's fair rules on these wires.
No, it's good. It's the right thing to do. And I will say this. So Artillery, when I bought the X1s that I had, I think I got 2 of them were the V2 and 2 were V3. But I was very impressed at how quickly they were implementing improvements based on feedback.
Okay. Well, oh, that's right, because there was like up to V5.
They did quite a few.
They did quite a few.
You know, and it was all little incremental things. They kind of changed the position of the motherboard fan, and the heating bed surface changed on a few of them and stuff. But nothing revolutionary, but evolutionary, I would say.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
Yeah. Let's see, BTR plumbing again with a $4.99.
$4.99?
Are you out of your mind?
Yes.
Let's see. I can't wait to print full-size functional.
He's getting a CR10S 5
Ooh.
for his birthday. Sean, you've got one of those, don't you? Or is it the
no,
Pro?
We had
You
the,
have-
we had the Max, but we have since gotten rid of the Max. So,
Oh, okay, all right.
The Max actually went to my friend Steve Meisner,
yeah.
who does prop building. Him and his wife Kit do
Awesome.
awesome cosplay stuff.
Yeah,
Love cause.
They're friends with Punch Props and Vulpin Props and
The prop crew.
Yeah.
Frank.
The foam
Frank and
smithers.
Polito.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
have to find a new printer now to print my Power Ranger helmets on. So
Wait, are you without a large format
a
printer at the
large
moment?
format print, yeah.
He has an E2 at his house.
That's not large enough to print a
Helmets?
helmet.
Especially with large-headed individuals like
I have
yourselves.
a big head.
You
Yeah.
have a Phenom L.
Yeah, it's currently incapacitated.
Incapacitated, like you bound it.
Well, the FEP apparently had like a tiny hole in it when I moved,
I
and
hate to see
and
it.
the resin leaks everywhere. Yeah.
Sorry it's taking me so long to put these screws in.
Leaky FEP.
They're very particular.
Our good friend Chris at Practical Printing with a $5. High five, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Always good to see
man.
you. Big Jano. Hey, Big Jano. My Pooch Rock says hi. Happy belated birthday to Joel. Joel had a birthday
Oh,
just this
thank
past
you.
week.
Thank you. Yeah, I am.
Been celebrating
I'm 26.
in your dreams.
I was 26 a long time ago.
Yeah. Your second.
That's fine. But I got to spend my birthday at Disneyland. It's the first time ever.
Tell me about it.
Can't complain. Can't complain.
It's the first
Sean,
time
Sean
ever.
can complain.
I can. I will every time.
Radical Rick with some fancy
Radical
stuff
Rick
on
with
his
a
name.
fiver. Look
He's
at
a fiver.
that.
High five on the
Radical
super chat.
Rick has some pretty awesome stuff on
I don't
his
know what
name,
you.
I'm not gonna lie.
Some embellishments. Some radical embellishments.
Some accoutrement.
Appurtenances.
Birds.
I don't know. Some.
You know,
Let's see. Oh, hey, Shane, same old Shane's on here. Shane, good
hey
to see
Shane,
you.
good to see you, man.
Nice.
What a crowd. Got a good crowd today.
Shane with 1440 Makers, I believe, is going to be doing another charity stream this year.
A 24-hour
24-hour
stay
charity
up until
stream,
you start
yeah.
seeing things.
Love it.
Stream. Happy, a lot of happy birthdays, Joel. A lot
Thank
of people
you.
celebrating. Joel's 96. I don't know.
That's right.
In hexadecimal? Man. Not going there, buddy.
I got all of the screws in, and I'm just tightening them right now.
Good.
It looks like
The bed's doing okay under there.
oh, the bed's fine.
All right.
It's got ABL.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's
It's
fine.
got ABL.
ABL, yeah, we're good.
We talked about this. It's gonna be fine. I could sit on this, and it would just be fine.
I could stand on it if you want. You can see.
I didn't say that.
Well, that's the way to properly quality control things.
Is
we
it?
all know.
Well,
Yes.
I can't. I mean, I have done that. Okay,
Yeah.
where is the uprights?
I have them right here, my friend.
Thank you.
Hold them up and you can kick a football over them or
yeah.
whatever.
Through them. You gotta throw 'em.
So the connectors, the big question, right? Everybody's talking about the ribbon cables and what they've done. That is a beefy connector right there, my friend. Look at that.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
I can't see it right now.
And you don't need to say it right now.
Yeah.
Ha ha.
You'll see it when we want you to see it.
Whoa, whoa. Rude.
What are you binding on there?
What? Oh, I think one of the screws.
Oh, I see.
So I just want to get these engaged. Let me get the wear set from you. Thank you.
You might be missing one.
Missing one?
Was there one? Oh no, that was the end.
Yeah.
The clicky
We're all
locky.
good.
Very good. It looks like the case is pretty much the same. The touch screen, same. SD card slot, USB.
Yeah, it looks like any of the changes to the X2 are above the case. The case itself looks to be...
It got a checkup from the neck up.
Wow.
What do you think? No? Not my best work?
You know, it's pretty good.
It wasn't bad. Okay. Now, one thing I
it
will
works
say
out
you
fine.
want to be careful with on this is when you're putting your uprights in, it's really easy to potentially pinch your cables for the end stops and the stepper motors.
Yeah, they
So
are
you
out
wanna
of the way.
watch, You
They
want
are
to
out of
watch
the way.
that.
I am...
You look like you're getting in there. You know what? Hold on. There we go. This is what I was talking about. End stop caught in there. There.
Oops.
Oh,
Oops.
that's satisfying. Just really seated that.
It's good. No, and it's good though because the clearance there for stuff.
I like that
is,
they have these like little indents that where the uprights go, you know?
Yeah. Yep. And I'm really liking what they did here with the cable
The bed cable
management
looks
for
really
the
good.
bed cable.
That's kind of nice. It's got a nice travel path.
It's got a good little channel to ride
Oh
in.
yeah, that's great.
And these the end stops they use on these are the what are they, capacitive or inductive kind? Where
They sense, they're not mechanical.
They are not mechanical. They're sensing metal. I believe that's
Oh, interesting.
inductive or but what's neat about them, at least on the last version, is they would light up, you know, as they were engaging.
Well, we'll find out if these light up.
We will find out. And the hot end just looks much the same. There's our probe.
What does that say? Glendon. Glendon with a $5 super chat. Sam the
five,
Blind
Brandon.
Maker. $2.99. Are you out of your mind? Does it look like the X?
Oh, he truly is blind.
I truly am blind. Oh, Sam the Blind Maker. So let's see. If I could describe it to you.
That's a good practice.
The base looks very similar to the X1. It is it's sheet metal,
Yes.
and it is folded to create the base, and then there is a bottom piece that is screwed in. The bed looks similar. The extruder head and the top piece that hold the extrusions at the top are going to look like the Genius, and so it is a blue injection molded plastic.
Holding the 2040 uprights together. Yeah.
Those are 2040.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say it's very similar in it's the same size, same print volume, I believe.
Looks like
Is it a little taller? It looks to be about the same size physically. The base, I'm fairly certain they've just made modifications to the folded sheet metal base.
And the base, it does contain a new main board.
They went to a
32-bit,
32-bit board, right? The print bed is the same, effectively. It's kind of the glass with a...
It's
like
carborundum glass.
they're calling it carborundum?
I believe it. Isn't it carborundum?
I hadn't heard that term before, so I'm assuming that's something different from a borosilicate that we typically see, but
Maybe it is borosilicate.
it's got a...
Maybe I just wanted to say carborundum. It's a fun thing to say.
it is a fun thing to say.
There are leveling knobs, but it does come with
There's like a coating on the
an
bed.
ABL sensor. I do know they went with, okay, so that looks to be a homegrown BL Touch clone sensor. They are not using an official BL Touch sensor. I don't know if it's compatible with an official BL Touch sensor. That'd be something we would have to investigate.
So that's a physical touch kind of probe.
Correct.
So it's actually putting its probe down and touching the bed and popping back up again in
Yep.
various points.
It's going together really easily,
Yeah.
which
It's
I'm
a-
really happy about.
We call this like a partially assembled style. Like they've done,
Is that the right way to say it? Partially assembled?
it's certainly not a kit, right? It's going together quick and easy.
Have a look
on wood.
right
Knock
here,
on-
Sean. I'll point with the yellow one.
Okay.
This was a failure point of the cables before because it required the user to lock these into place, but it looks like there are now these plastic clips that lock the cable into place, and the cables are pre-installed at the factory, so the user doesn't have to do them. They're kind of delicate, and I think that was a failure point they were trying to eliminate, and so by doing this, we'll see if that works. It looks like locking it into place and then doing it at the factory is going to at least help, but we'll see. Massive
Mind.
You're a great channel. Oh, well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Out of your mind.
and another $1.99 euro from Sand the Blade Maker with a thank you for
Oh.
that great description. That's good accessibility piece for you.
I'm glad that we were able to provide some descriptions that helped.
Yeah, so it's a dual Z lead screw.
Yep.
Same as before.
Some ick back here. It looks like it's from the foam in the case. It looks like there was a sticky. So
Okay.
There was
Sticky
foam on a
icky?
tape. On tape. Yeah. Let's see. It's set to 115 already. Things are plugged in. Getting there.
Yeah.
It's almost time to cook with gas.
You're gonna need this.
Gonna need that, but we're gonna
And
need
you're gonna
this.
need that as well.
Yeah, yeah,
and so
this
you
as
got your
well.
hardware for that here for you.
Appreciate that.
And we're not reading instructions, but I think it should be pretty clear.
Well, we should take a look. We do have the book.
No. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Give me that. Give me that.
I'm gonna do my prediction though
Of what?
of how it goes together, and then you can confirm it.
Okay.
So this spool holder mounts on the top.
Wait,
And
before
we got
before
the
we do, sorry to interrupt. So,
Your prerogative.
Sean,
your
let me
channel.
know. Thanks. You can see this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beefy.
So it used to be that this ribbon connector was something the user would have to install in the base.
Mm-hmm.
So now what they've done is the user still installs it, but it locks into this. There's a receptacle here, and this cable comes down into this permanently affixed structure. So when you drop in the extrusion, it locks this into place here.
Cool.
And
That's
it's
kind of neat.
It is neat, and it's more of a traditional ribbon cable style plug.
Yeah. Yeah.
Much more spread out. So if you've seen it before, these flat ribbon cables, the way they terminate, there's a very fine connection where the teeth are actually engaging, and looks
That's
like
right.
they've done all that for you now.
Yeah,
It does
that's
look
good.
that
That's
way.
great. That's just great, like design.
Should we put these together?
Sure.
Let's see.
Just let
Yeah.
it roll. Just let it roll. Who cares?
I think it goes. No, it goes like that.
Yeah,
Goes
because
like
you're gonna have your little run out sensor on the inside.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I was holding it backwards. That was the problem.
So it looks like you can. They made it so it's adjustable. So it's got these little rollers to lay on.
Instead
And
of
so
bearings,
you could put one here
Yeah.
or put one here, potentially,
I guess
if
so.
you had a small spool.
Look at that.
And it's a
That's
pretty.
kind of nice.
Yeah, it's a neat design. It's a piece of plastic that can roll on a metal shaft.
Well, here, let's connect it to this one.
Let's do it.
You wanna help with this assembly?
I think I can manage.
Can you come over a little bit? We got the laptop in the way.
This way?
Oh.
Yeah, right there. There you go.
There we go.
The Dell laptop?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll just-
Should we use the Wera or what came with?
Sure. You got that right there. So
I feel like neither of these are the correct Allen key. So let's go to the Wera set.
Womp womp.
Which
well,
is,
wait a minute. This is something we need to call out.
Right.
Does neither work?
You double check me, but I don't believe the right Allen key for those is here. Let me check the bag. Oh, wait. It may have fallen out in the bag here. Try this one.
Perfect.
Then crisis averted. Well, the rest of them were ziplocked in here, so I don't make. Oh, there's a hole in the bag. It looks like it found its way out of the hole in the bag.
Understandable.
That happens. But I like the little pouch. What are you gonna do with this now? Are you gonna keep your artillery stuff in it, or maybe
I'm going to put it with the other pouch.
good little
that I have.
clutch?
Yeah, I was
Take
gonna
it
say,
out for the evening?
I just saw the X1 in the other room, and it still has the pouch.
And I still have the pouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just handy to keep all of the tools that go along with the machine
It is.
with the pouch. Yeah. Hey, Tripod's Garage, $9.99. You out of your mind? What I miss? Can you rewind? Start over.
No.
First frosty beverage on me. Oh, thanks, dude. I just want you to let you know that at Disneyland, I wore my Tripod's Garage hat
saw
because
that.
it was warm, and so he provided me much comfort. Well, him and his hat, anyway.
Bag
He's a good dude.
quality.
I met him at Murph.
Oh yeah, just this
Just
past
this
month?
last Murph. Yeah, yeah. And
I-
he is a wonderful
I
human.
really wish I could have been there.
It's all right. There'll be another one.
I hope so.
I know it was an interesting time to have a Murph, and I mean I understand the problems during this time to have a Murph.
Yeah.
But I think there was enough people there in the community safely in order to do it, and I think people had a good time. I was there with Chuck.
Yeah,
it was always
Chuck
a
was
good time.
there. Chuck
Or
was
Chuck's
there.
alter ego because he had a goatee, so it was like his
Evil Chuck.
evil Chuck.
I
Yeah.
like that.
That Chuck would not
Chris-
have tolerated you pushing him off his go-kart.
Well, I don't think the first Chuck tolerated it either,
true,
but
it's
he
true.
took it anyway. Practical Printing had a good comment for you there, Joel.
What's
he
that?
said you're going to want to use the outermost holes typically for the standard spool. You're kind of in a small, narrow spool mode there.
Okay.
Not that that won't work, but it may be a little bit more prone to having the spool leap off
Interesting.
that way.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
But Joel seems to be living dangerously today.
As usual.
Did it come with filament, Joel?
No. No, there was no filament in there.
Do you,
Really?
Do you have,
Here, check that just to make sure.
do you have 3D printing filament here?
I have a number of 3D printed, choice printed filaments.
I am not
Hey, where's
seeing a
all that?
sample spool in the box.
What's all that
Hold
pasta
on.
we got?
Let me check the bottom under the foam.
We use the pasta?
No spool in this one, but
Okay.
I think we'll be okay.
I've got some. Oh, there we go. I got some filament 1 filament.
Okay.
We'll run that.
This fine blue here.
Yeah.
Why not?
Guess that'll go with
That's
the theme.
the Pro Select from Filament One.
It's pretty decent
It's,
filament. What did I do wrong, Sean?
no, nothing. You're good. I was just making a sound effect while I panned down to the filament.
Oh.
Oh, is that your panning? Is that a new feature for you? The panning
Yeah,
sound effects?
Yeah.
Love it.
There we go.
Okay, I'm gonna put all these Allen keys back in your baggie. Looks like there's an extra T-nut and a screw in case you need it. Always good to have extra parts.
Well, there's a.
Technically a tilt.
What is that connector for?
That is your. There should be a end stop for your Z. Well, no, you know what? There isn't anymore because they went to the probe, right? So is there
Yeah.
something in this channel that we're
It
missing?
might be left over.
That's interesting. Might
Sean,
be time
take a
to
look.
read the manual.
So have a look. Right here, there is a. This usually would connect to an end stop that goes right here.
Chris can probably tell us.
But right now, that's just existing. Well, if they're taking existing X1 bases
Yes.
and using them for this, that would make a lot of sense.
Well, but obviously
But
they've
then why-
modified the back a little bit. I don't know, and it would be interesting that they would still run the cable. That's
Right,
that's
yeah.
confusing.
But then why run the cable?
That is not referenced. Oh wait, no, maybe it's a little hole right there. It is not.
check
It
the-
is
check
not
the chat.
referenced. Check the chat.
Just see if anyone's knows anything.
Some people are asking about a pulley at the top. There is. Sean,
Yeah.
you want to take a look up there?
No, I don't. but I will.
That's consistent with the X1.
Yep.
And I like that. I like that they bind the Z together like that.
Yeah, I think that's
pulley.
good. 3D printing Canadian $9.99. You out of your mind, eh? Way cool to see Pooch, is it?
Thank you. It is.
Dang.
Loyal with a
I
fiver.
agree.
Loyal with a fiver. High five. Sponsored by Dell. Is that a new machine? It is. Loyal, that is a Dell Precision 7760. 7760. It's a new laptop from Dell. They are an official channel sponsor, and that is powering the stream right there.
It's a beefy
Right
toast
there.
out. It's a heck of a machine.
It is beefy. It is beefy.
It's got some heft. I will
It's
say
far,
that.
it's as far back as I can pull out. Sorry.
Okay.
No, nobody say it.
Okay.
We won't.
It'll support it.
Could that be? No, your runout sensor plug is on this side. I was
Yeah,
just thinking
I-
about our mystery plug over here. I think that's a remnant from the old end stop for the Z.
That's what I'm thinking as well. We are on the 115 setting. Or did you already plug in?
I did. You can move it if you would like.
I kind of like it here.
There you go.
I'm gonna turn it on. Ready? 3, 2, 1. The probe did the probey thing.
It did? Nice.
Chris from Practical Printing says the extra cable is referenced in the release literature they sent you guys. It's for future use.
It's for future use.
Future expansion,
Ooh.
perhaps.
I'm hoping
What would that be?
that cable actually hooks up to an accessory, a donut machine.
Yes,
Yes.
that's likely. And it makes donuts.
And it makes donut. Well,
With-
here
with
actually,
only 3 wires.
actually, here we go. So there is an extra connector, and we did see it. So in your mind, what should it do? What should this connector be for? And I mean, there are practical uses for this. Extra sensors, extra motors.
Never have too many sensors.
But honestly, I mean, a donut machine? What if that plug went to a machine that made clouds smell pretty?
Do clouds not smell pretty already? I would think a cloud would smell pretty good already.
I've typically rode within the airplane and on the outside, and so I don't get a chance
You
to
don't
smell
get that good
clouds.
cloud
I would
smell.
assume clouds smell like petrichor.
Here's a what?
Petrichor?
What's petrichor?
The way it smells after a rain?
Is that what that's called? That actually has a name. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I thought that was that smell came from
The asphalt.
the wetness of the once dry things on the ground.
What
I
is it?
do like that smell, though.
That's just what it's called. I don't
I've
know.
never heard that. Andrew Osmond, Fiverr.
Oh, and where?
loving your content.
Oh, Andrew Osmond with a high five.
High five.
High five. Thanks,
And
Andrew.
Master Macheteer. Master Macheteer. That's
took
a tough
me a
one to
while.
say.
It
That's
took
a
me a
tough.
while.
Hey, what's new with the X2?
What's new with the X2?
I like that. It
Oh,
rhymes.
it's assembled.
What's
That's
new? I don't know. We're gonna find out. But injection molded top, different spool holder, 32-bit board. Fair rules on the connectors for sure, because we verified that. The way that these cables connect is a little bit different.
And
Auto
better.
bed leveling.
different and better.
Heated bed cable management.
Do we
looks
have
good. Strain
isopropyl
relief.
alcohol? Can you check?
We
back
always
in
do.
the-
You always ask me, and we
you
always
have to
do.
go
You want to
under-
go in the
I
back?
always go
I can
right
make it.
here.
I
You
can
can't
make
make
it.
the TV move.
No, I always go right here, and it's always right here.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Did he find it?
Yes, yes. I know where it is every time because it never moves.
Because I always say.
Yeah.
It is. Smells like petrochemical. Whatever. What did you say?
Petrichor.
Petricorn.
It smells like.
There's no end.
Oh, peppercorn. I love peppercorn.
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 You know what I would like to see that cable used for?
What?
A let's call it a 4th axis, like a rotary axis.
Like a rotary
that you could put
axis?
on there. How cool would that be? Tell me in the chat if you like that idea.
If you're into rotary axes,
3D printing rotary axes, like a cylinder, so you can print your cylindrical objects.
if you're into rotary axes, I highly
Who's that?
suggest you pay attention to the channel. Maybe next Sunday.
Ooh, teaser.
Maybe next Sunday. BTR Plumbing, $1.99. You out of your mind? Joel, what are your thoughts on Overture PLA? I've had good experiences with Overture PLA. I picked it up from Amazon.
Amazon.
I've had good experience with Overture Pet G. I like it better.
I just used some. I do
It
like
looks-
Overture
yeah,
Pet
Overture seems to do a decent job.
Vincent,
value. Good
Vincent,
value.
Sean is not drunk. What are you talking about? I've not had a single drink today.
Sean doesn't drink anymore.
Not on stream.
Sean's a
anyway.
hermit.
Ever since the unpleasantness.
It wasn't unpleasantness. It was just,
You sweat a little when you drink.
I do sweat.
You got to sweat it out sometimes. I mean, I don't blame
Hey,
him.
look, V-wheels.
Yep, you love V wheels. I told you. And a USB, a thumb drive.
Yeah, a 1 gig thumb drive. That's actually not too
Ooh,
bad. So,
whole gig.
I am going to, let's see. You've got tools, set, and print. Tools, heat. Gonna set the hot end to 200C. And actually, while we're there, we're going to set the bed to 60C because that's how we roll.
The UI looks very similar, if not exactly the same as the original,
Why would you
for the touchscreen,
quit it?
Good.
which I think works. I mean, I know a lot of people like and hate the touchscreen.
Yeah.
It seems to work fine.
The touch screen works okay. If if something, if the way you input into a 3D printer is the impediment that keeps you from using it a lot, then that's a solvable problem. There are many options out there, and that's something that you can look into getting. This touch screen, it's okay. I mean, it's nothing to have a parade about, but at the same time, I think it's okay to say you like it. Yeah.
Sure. 3D mist printer with a 2.
2.
He says, so what will be the first print? A pooch rock. I don't know about that.
Ooh, John Clark with a 5 super chat. Now a B axis and a C trunnion for 5 axis and on would be cool.
I love a good trunnion.
I just can't wait for you to see what we're doing
Next week.
next week.
That's a little wobbly.
a
You
little
got
wobbly.
that bolted on there okay?
It is. Perhaps we should move the.
Mayhaps.
Perhaps. Where's the?
Oh, you want to use the,
I
you're
don't
going to
have
use the
to.
Wera? Not sponsored.
I think I could. Okay. This one.
Hey, Uncle Jesse's here. Clayton, do they sell replacement extruders for the original? Mine was all sorts of jacked up. Do they sell replacement extruders? I'm sure they would honor a replacement extruder. They were pretty receptive when I dealt with them. I happened to replace mine with a custom BMG and Mosquito setup, which I really liked, which is very easy to do. So I think there's a lot of options to answer your question, and there's a decent Facebook Artillery X1 group on there with a number of open designs for mounting various other extruders. There's a Hemera design. There's different fan mounts if you want to play with the cooling and the BL Touch and all that as well. So I took a stab at answering Uncle Jesse's question.
No, I appreciate that. Well,
yeah.
I mean, you and Clayton are good people, so you would be able to communicate well together.
I do love Clayton. He's a good dude. I miss him dearly.
Aw.
But hopefully see him soon. Let's see. Oh, practical printing with a 5. High five, Chris.
High five, Chris.
Says, show them the injection molded aluminum Z carriages.
Okay.
Injection molded aluminum. What? That's confusing,
That-
Chris. How do you have an injection molded
Aluminum.
aluminum Z?
Aluminium.
What do you mean, please? Please elaborate. Blake Schwenke says do a 200% benchy. I don't think you're going to want to do a giant print for the first print.
First print is going to be something we find on that SD card, I think.
Yeah.
If there's anything on it.
And it looks like they
Or-
tested
or-
with yellow
Or thumb drive
or
in this
thumb
case.
drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
They sure did. Those are the colors, man, right there. Blue and yellow. That's how.
Let me see if Chris answered us here. Let's see. Oh, Lightspeed confirms what I said. A BMG and a Mosquito mounts right to the machine and is totally worth it. I agree. It worked great for ours.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, with this, I mean, I'm gonna use this as is. I don't think we need to replace this unless we run into issues, or if it can't perform at the level at which we need. Right?
Yeah. Let's see. Chris says the filament has to be fed behind the front spooler. Does it?
Yes,
is,
it does.
It is behind
Yeah,
the front spooler.
It's behind,
It is behind the front spooler.
which is okay. I want to see if.
Your thumb drive. Oh, you're going to do the leveling first, of course.
Well, I don't know. There's no option to do auto leveling on here.
Interesting. I wonder if there's a firmware update needed because this literally looks like the same exact firmware from. There is auto level
Where?
right here,
Oh, there it is.
right under your finger,
Okay.
and it's
Let's go
also
to-
got baby stepping now too. So I'm glad to say they've done some
Nice.
some firmware updates.
Oh, it's quiet.
It is quiet. That's smooth. That's probably those the new stepper drivers on that 32-bit board. Okay, probing. Clicky clicky. See how many probe points it does.
What's your guess? 9?
I think it's going to do a 3x3. So, oh no.
3D
Oh,
printing with the
at least
connection.
at
249
least a
super
4.
chat. 3D print your birthday cake. Ha 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 ha.
Some delicious birthday cake yesterday.
It looks like it's going to do a 5x5. So 25 point
Okay.
level.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Well, it's probing. We'll see how it actually lays down that sweet first layer.
If you look, it looks like it's a volcano style block. That is a large heater. It's got a really thick
Yeah. Heat, hot zone, melt zone.
a melt zone, yeah. And it's got a silicone sock on it.
Good. I do advocate for that for a number of reasons. Obviously, good for thermal insulation, but also good for making sure you don't hit the dreaded thermal meltdown if your part releases and wants to entomb your hot end.
Yes.
I know you've had that happen.
I have. One of the very first problems I had with my Gmax printer was when filament got wicked up and encased the hot end. And I believe that the video title was "Fix It with Fire."
Yeah.
And I took a blowtorch to it, but there's so much plastic mass, you just can't. It's not like the whole thing just melts off. It's like taking a blowtorch to like a big chunk of ice. It's not like the whole thing just turns to water. It like slowly drips away.
It seems a bit heavy-handed, but I like it.
It is.
A little clickbaity.
Hey, we're
That probe, let's see. Andrew Rogers with a fiber. That probe has a long travel before actuating. Kind of nerve-wracking. See,
That seems to be...
That's average. Isn't that average?
That seems to be like a standard BL Touch distance. Maybe a little higher. Maybe.
the light is on.
Okay.
Okay, we're energized. So if I go to print, no files. Okay.
Well, that's interesting.
I think you have to. Let's see.
Told ya.
You might want to check. There's a configuration to make
Yeah.
it pick between SD or USB.
Yep.
You were already
I
on
remember.
that, though. He remembers. Yep, and he was set to... Oh, no.
USB?
No, it was set to USB. You want me to throw it in the Dell and see what files are on there? Files found.
No files found. Well, here, let's put it in here and let's see what happens.
Heard it.
Ooh.
You got USB on both sides. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. USB on both sides. That's pretty handy. And we will. This is
Don't mind
new.
if I
have to choose.
look over your
and there
shoulder.
is a PDF file. Oh, and it's the installation manual.
Okay.
Okay. That's
So-
fine. That's
so-
fine. That's fine. So now,
Slice your own time.
within here, there are settings on how to configure Cura. Which
Is that what you want to do?
no, I
Yeah.
really don't. I really don't.
Hey, Chris, is there a profile somewhere quick and easy? Is there? There might be a Prusa.
No, here
slicer
we've got
profile.
the.
You gonna read the German to us?
If it's the same build volume, we could just use it at X1, right?
Yeah, I'm sure you could Well, I would assume.
So machine settings. Oh yeah, it's super simple. 300 by 300 by 400. Heated bed, Marlin, rectangular.
Chris says to use the X1 profile on the Prusa slicer if you would like.
Okay.
Bam.
Bam, that's what I'll do. I don't have Prusa slicer.
Well,
on
new
this
laptop.
yet.
New laptop.
New laptop.
Food
Brand
is-
new.
New
It's brand
laptop.
new, yeah.
So I gotta download
I'm gonna come
it.
over here.
We have
Have a look at
we
it.
have incredible internet, so
So I'm told. Did they tell you what the price point's going to be on this?
It looks like this is $419 on Amazon. And in fact,
$419. So very similar price point to the
Let's see.
X1.
yeah, it's
I think that's a pretty good
like 20 bucks more.
value. It's a geared extruder, so it looks like a 3-to-1 kind of a Titan style extruder. It's a clone.
Yep, yeah, it's a clone Titan extruder.
Um,
I want you to know, Prusa Slicer will be downloaded in 11 seconds.
That's not bad.
No.
but I want.
Hey, chat! Look, I'm in front of the chat. How's it going, everybody? We switched places. Have a look at the machine,
It's good to get a
Pooch.
different perspective. What are your thoughts on this, like, kind of textured film? It's like they'd done it almost seems like a vinyl that they've perforated. I'm
I
sure it's
didn't
not
have-
vinyl necessarily. I'm just, you know what? I'm trying to get a descriptor of what this is like.
I didn't have any problems printing on the X1 with bed adhesion that I remember. So, I mean, it should be fine.
It's a mains powered bed, so it heats up fast. So this is and it has 110 volt warning on there, but that's nice. Big question I'd like to know is, did they ground it properly? Let us see. It's hard to tell because their ribbon bundle looks like it's got a very healthy silicone
It's like a silicone glove around the
insulator.
wiring.
without taking off the insulation and stuff. It's going to be hard to say if it's grounded or not. If we looked in the underside, I'll bet you there's a ground cable in there, given how thick this is.
Practical Printing says an unadvertised upgrade. Don't have to disconnect the LCD to load firmware, and now on 32-bit Marlin 2.x firmware.
That's
That
awesome.
is nice.
That is great.
That is nice.
That is great.
Every time you did a firmware update before, you had to disconnect the TFT.
Yeah,
header.
I remember having to take apart the machine and like connect to various parts.
Good point, Chris. Steppers. It's a good. I do like to see. It looks like they changed the block mounts for the steppers to be a little bit more robust in making sure they stay clamped to the uprights.
Fix them, dude, with a fiber. Michael Grugel. The big question I'd like to know
Fix
is,
them, dude.
will it hold the weight of a full-sized human? And that's a really good question.
It's a good question.
That we're not
It's a
going
good
to find
question.
out today.
Great question, though.
It is a great question. Matt Wizard asks if it has ABL, and it does. It has a clone BL Touch.
I'm just gonna put this back where it always is, so we know where it always is.
Stringy. Look at
Don't worry, I'll ask for it next
Sean.
time.
Organization.
I'll ask for it next time.
Belt driven. V wheels. You know what I'm gonna do? Every time I see V wheels, Joel,
Yeah?
I like to just, and I'm gonna move it really slowly because I know you don't generally want to.
Well, the motors are
feedback.
energized.
They,
Did
they
you-
are not currently.
Oh, okay.
They've idled. They've idled. But I always like to feel how well they did the eccentric nut tightening because
It's pretty decent.
really easy to over tighten and you
Yes.
get some binding. And you'll find with V wheels that they kind of take a little wear in time. You know how you get that fuzz?
Yeah, the
fuzz on the
fuzz.
wheels?
Yeah,
That's from basically kind of finding its groove, literally.
The
finding
wheel,
its
Really?
groove.
the wheel fuzz.
Yeah, and over time it kind of finds its ideal center. It feels smooth. There's maybe a little hiccup as the imperfections of the V wheel can catch, but nothing to.
But I think
really
we're at a
panic
good
about.
point.
Oh yeah. It's interesting. I like how they did this mount for the spool holder. It just slots into this extruded part. Did we ever find out what Chris was talking about with the injection molded
Aluminium?
aluminum? I think he's talking about these carriages on the back that the what do they call this? The Acme nut or the come on, somebody help me out.
I don't know where you're going with this.
So there's the carriage that holds the V wheels for the Z axis. It looks like it's a cast aluminum block to me.
Okay.
Like a die cast, which I guess you could call an injection mold for metal, but it's a hefty piece of metal. It looks pretty sturdy, and they have an interesting anti-backlash setup for the nut on the Z,
Okay.
where they use this like plastic that I'm assuming works. It's similar to what they had in the first one. You see what I'm talking about here? This big honk chunky metal.
Oh, that is nice. Wow.
Yeah, see?
Right in the back,
And
too.
it's a neat design, so it looks like they made it so it mirrors easily. Very cool. I like good industrial design. Who doesn't, right? Sean, you love it.
I love it.
Thank you.
Here we go. We're going to do our first print.
What is it?
It is a Chep Cube. I do love a good Chep Cube. I'm going to be honest with you.
It's satisfying when
It's
it comes
very
out,
satisfying. Yeah.
and it's telling.
Is it telling?
It can be.
Thanks for that.
Pun
But
intended.
is it Joel telling?
Oh, proby time. Oh, we got some boogers.
That's okay.
Yeah. We'll get it on the wipe.
Is there a wipe?
I hope. Nope.
Well, that's the skirt.
That's the skirt. Yeah. There was no pre-wipe.
That was a bit of a rough start because of the booger.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Well,
Do
okay.
you want to grab it?
It's right where it's going. I can't. There's nothing.
Well, then,
Give it a pause.
should we stop the print
I don't
and
feel
start
like
over?
this is a fair start. It may recover. I don't know.
Okay.
It did clear it out of the way.
It's just the first layer, man. It's all right.
Hey, Sean, it's not okay to have it. You need
First
that
layer's looking good.
layer. It's laying it down.
RC Maniac, I love it. He says, the cube of Chep.
The cube of the
The
chap.
cube of Chep.
Good looking first layer. Oh yeah. See,
Devious FPV says, lips don't match the sound. Is that true? Is everybody out? We're out of sync by a second or two?
I paused it
Why'd you pause it?
because it's like literally bumping over the booger that was in there.
Oh,
I'm gonna see how. Okay, so it's paused. Should we try to recover, or do you want to just start over at
We
this
can start
point?
over. It's
Yeah,
fine.
just start it over.
Okay.
Or, I mean, you just clipped it.
it
So
looks
I did clip
looks
the booger.
You got it pretty good.
Thank
then
you.
resume it. It's going to create a new booger.
I wanted to give it a fair shake.
That's understandable. That is understandable. Look at it go down. Hey, you got a good shot on that, Sean.
Thanks.
Doesn't
It's
work. Just,
very quiet.
just blame Pooch.
That's
Yeah, I love how quiet that is.
it's very quiet.
That's very good. I'm happy with that.
Satisfying,
Yeah.
and it's very buttery. This filament is just beautiful the way it's laying
filament
down.
one, man.
3D printing with the connection. Just joined my Patreon. Thank you for that.
Nice.
That is very kind of you. I hope to have some good stuff posting very soon.
Hey, you had that slice up and go.
John Stern, nice clipping. You got a good clip there, Pooch.
It's not my first rodeo, as they say.
So I don't know if I mentioned, but Pooch is up here because we have an incredibly special episode dealing with CR3 upgrades.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Upgrades on the inside, upgrades on the outside, and upgrades on location.
All around. And not just on location here, like on the location you're
On the
putting
location,
it.
yeah.
You're putting it. Yeah. Should be
Make
fun.
a better belt printer.
Should be fun. It's humming along, man. This is gonna be done in no time. What do we got here?
Like
4%?
45 minutes. I'm going to say 45 minutes. No, less than that.
No, I don't think it'll take that long.
Yeah.
What'd the slicer say? Probably 20?
23 minutes.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh, wow.
That was off by 3. That's not
23
bad.
minutes.
Not bad. Good. You know, I didn't get
Andrew
to see-
Rogers, will there be a fan mail Friday this week? Maybe. Maybe. So here's the thing. Pooch goes to the airport tomorrow
Yep.
because he's got to go home to his rep cord business and his kids and girlfriend and California.
All those things.
Sean leaves for Michigan on Tuesday for a family reunion.
Yep.
So if there's going to be a fan mail Friday, it's something I have to shoot and edit myself. And we all know how well that goes. So we'll see what happens. I'd love to have it because I have a number of packages that need to be opened.
Verified.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Ouch. It's getting.
Sean, how's your foot? RC Maniac asks.
Oh, actually, it's doing pretty well. Like, I can't believe how much. Like, it's still sore. It still hurts to walk around, but like, it was so bad yesterday. Like, I don't know if I've been in that much pain in a long time.
Lots of pain.
He's faking it.
Lots of pain. No. Well, we fed
no.
him full of pain meds yesterday, which he usually doesn't take, so they're ultra effective.
Yeah.
He usually doesn't take pain meds. Well, that's good.
That's
And so it's a 3-hour drive from Protopasta back here to Seattle, where we're at. And
That was fun.
Sean slept a couple minutes on the
Yeah.
trip.
Oh, yeah.
That helped a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, so we had a shoot yesterday, so I was up and around on my foot a lot. And I think that plus the pain meds really helped. And then today I'm
Okay.
not on any pain meds, and I'm able to walk around, which I was not able to without them yesterday. So it's good.
The prognosis is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Bolton is saying audio, I think, is voice activation. It turns off when they stop talking.
What?
So it says ambient cuts out noticeably.
Isn't that a
when-
setting on that?
I don't think that's a setting on OBS. That I
No,
know.
no. On the mixer.
Oh, I don't think so.
I feel like you came across that before, where it was trying to auto mute.
I've never.
On my channel, I know we've configured it, but the other channels might have that
Sure.
configured.
Oh, I forgot this was going. It's so quiet.
But the thing is, though, we never don't have audio because there's AC and there's different things going on. There's always something coming through our mics.
True.
Or somebody's always talking.
Mr. Wappet said printing speeds will be based on the stock X1 profile and Prusa slicer. And Tyler Barnes, we did start without you. I apologize.
So it's of note that, it still has the traditional leveling wheels, but we did not touch them at all. And
No, we did full send.
full send.
Full send.
So the only
Nevin
way,
Line, thanks for the great stream. Well, thank you for stopping by. It's really kind of you.
only way that I know of to readjust sync is to stop streaming and then restart stream.
I think we'll be
which we're not
okay.
going to do. Yeah.
Scott 62 just came in. What are the build dimensions? It's 300 on X, 300 on Y, and 400 on the Z or Z.
Typical.
It's got a 0.4 millimeter nozzle at the end of a volcano-style block. It's got a BL Touch clone for auto bed leveling. It's got a Titan Arrow clone for extruding, and it takes 1.75 millimeter filament at the top of a new spool holder with rollers that sits on injection molded plastic.
Nailed it.
Jeff White with the $9.99. Are you out of your mind? The blob of death. I think it was my heater block loosened up and leaked from the top of the block, but I was able to save it. I've had that happen.
I have too.
I've had that happen. Which is why I think like JG Maker, has the replaceable nozzles that just kind of slot into place.
What do you think of
I love
those?
that.
I love the idea, and I have no experience changing them out. So the JG Maker that I had, that was an IDEX machine that I did a stream on. I ended up giving that to Sir Will. He's a local here, friend of Loyal's.
Oh, he's local
And-
too? Okay,
and
good.
I know
Hi, Sir Will.
he wanted to get another machine, and so I was like, hey, how would you like another machine?
I'll bet
So
he
I was
loved
able,
that.
I was able to give that to him, and it worked out really well.
Cool.
Yeah, if you guys want free printers, move to the Seattle area. Joel will give them away.
And I remember there was one time where I was cleaning up, and the Ultimaker 3 that I had was just kind of in the way, and I was just in the mind of getting rid of stuff. So I sent out a Twitter and said, "Who wants an Ultimaker 3? First one to let me know gets it." And someone was
That's-
like, "I'll take it." So I met him at a 7-Eleven parking lot, and I handed over an Ultimaker 3, and I felt better about myself.
That is a very nice machine too.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I didn't want the Ultimaker 3. Ultimaker doesn't even want the Ultimaker 3.
Yeah, I had it for a while. I didn't want it, so
Well, interesting.
I think get some good prints. out of it, though.
Overchew. Hi guys, a viewer from Malaysia, Asia. Nice streaming. Hey, thanks for watching. That's really kind of you. I'm really happy that we're able to do this for you. Big thanks for the stream as well. They provided this laptop here. It's a precision. It's a hard word to say. Precision 7760. It's got dual Xeon processors, 64 gigs of RAM, and an RTX A5000 video card plus two 2 terabyte SSDs. And so it's built for streaming, it's built for editing, and it's going to be an incredibly valuable addition to what we're doing here.
Wow.
Because before, Sean would have to bring his laptop, and I
Did you say two terabyte?
two
SSDs? So
terabyte
it's got
SSDs.
4 terabytes
4
of storage
terabytes
in
of
it.
storage in it. Yeah,
Holy
that's right.
smokes.
Yeah, before we were streaming off of my laptop or possibly Joel's, Mac or
Wow.
like it was.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's another
Nah, we're
X2.
streaming on this.
Dual Xeon X2.
Streaming
X2.
on this.
Right.
I love it.
This is awesome. So a big thanks to Dell. They are an official sponsor of the channel, and they provided me with this laptop, and they're sponsoring this stream and another stream coming up. And what's really awesome, here's what's really cool, because Dell liked what we were doing and wanted to make sure they could empower the streaming here, but they also said, could you tell your viewers how you do things technically? So from the filming aspect, the editing aspect, and the streaming aspect. And so Dell asked that we produce a video on the Technically Nerdy channel all about how we do our things from a technical side.
I'll
so
talk
we'll
about
get to do
that.
that. Sean can't wait. Like
It's in Sean's wheelhouse.
if you put Sean in front of a camera and say, talk about camera gear, like his face lights up like it's Christmas.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So look for that in the near future. I'm really, really excited that we get to do that. So thank you, Dell, for that.
This is clean.
Looking really good.
It's looking pretty nice.
It's looking really, really good.
I like it. Nicely done.
Robert Riggin, the laptop specs are nuts. Dual Xeon and RTX graphics. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
What's the video card in it?
It's an RTX A5000, I think.
Yeah, which
I have to look at the spec sheet again.
It's got 24 gigs of RAM, and it's meant for like 3D rendering. And
It's
stuff.
meant for 3D rendering, which is
Right.
great because we're going to. Some of the things I've asked Sean to do are very 3D rendering intense, like being able to do physics simulations with objects,
Yes.
3D objects falling from the sky.
Yep.
Well, like the stuff that Ren does over at Corridor Digital. Remember, Chelsea did the Bernie Mittens meme model?
and we had those.
So Ren took those and had them just fall from the sky and bounce all over his backyard.
That was
So,
so good.
we're going to do some fun stuff like that.
Yeah, if that power supply is any indicator of anything, that's a 240 watt power
It's a
supply.
240 watt power
Is it warm?
supply. It's a little warm.
Well, you're not even pushing the thing, too. That's crazy.
Different Gear TV. Is this Dell's first 3D printer? I guess so, yeah.
Y'all might have
The 3D Lab 2.0, talk about camera gear. Oh, we will. We will. Like, like this episode on Technically Nerdy, where we talk about how we do things, is going to be unabashedly nerdy. Like
Yeah,
we are
right.
going to dive deep into spec heaven. Oh, it's going to be. You might.
I might watch that. That sounds like my jam. Unabashedly. Good use.
Big Jano, if it's NVIDIA, there may be auto muffling of background noise. So what we're doing is USB-C out to, what is that?
USB-C in.
Mixer.
Yeah, which one? Oh, that's a Rode, what's the mixer? The Rode.
Roadcaster.
Rodecaster, thank
Pro,
you.
right? Yeah.
Rodecaster Pro. We've got USB-C out to a Rodecaster Pro, so that's actually handling the audio, and we're not doing any of the cool audio stuff that NVIDIA can do. Sean, what are you doing?
I'm plugging my mic in, so we have the dual USB power for the mics.
Oh,
And I gotta.
we need triple, huh?
Yeah, we need triple now.
3D printing with the connection. Joel, do you use OBS? We do use OBS, and that's actually what we're streaming with right now.
Using it now.
S, 3 eyes, and then the number 3. I don't know how to properly pronounce that, but Sean, they just said 100% want the Sean BTS.
Yes,
Sean likes BTS?
I do, but I think they meant behind the scenes.
Oh, I thought they wanted you to perform with BTS.
Ryan Barry.
I would. I'd be down.
Oh yeah,
I'd be
sure.
down.
Hey, they're legit.
I didn't say they weren't.
They are
I just,
legit.
you know, I'd like to see Sean perform with them.
Ryan Barry, talk nerdy to me. He actually said trumpets, so I did my best.
I picked up what you were doing, though. I like it.
Builder's Mark, Repcord to too bad you can't stick around to help with Fan Mail Friday. If he opens a certain package, it might be fun.
To be fair,
I know, right?
we
Well,
could film it tomorrow.
We could, maybe.
Oh, pre-film it on they would never know it's.
we
not
always
Friday.
pre-film
Yeah,
Fan
we,
Mail
we
Friday.
never film it on Friday.
Don't tell them that.
I mean, it is live to tape.
you know, we get our other filming done.
Mama Doe, hello. This is Mama Doe from Senegal.
Oh,
How
Mama
are you
Doe.
today? I think this is my first viewer from Senegal. Welcome to the show.
That I
Now
remember.
he's been on Hot Mix a number of times. So
Really?
good to see you again.
Oh, hot
yeah.
mix. Are you missing it?
I do miss it. But Jim has been doing a fantastic job, and I got to check in. He's got Angus now. Much better
He upgraded.
co-host.
He upgraded
way
to Angus.
upgraded.
I mean, you
way
agree,
upgraded.
right?
I do agree.
He's upgraded.
I would
yeah.
totally get Angus over me as well.
Ron Floyd, welcome to the show. Fashionably late, I see.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the runout sensor and just the ribbon cable concept in general? Because we don't see a lot of ribbon cable on printers.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, I love what their idea is for cable management here, where we don't see the same bundles of wires, you know, to run stuff. I like the idea of the ribbon cable, but obviously the connectors were the kind of the weak link before.
Yeah, the connectors were the bottleneck. And
So maybe this is the answer.
it's a super clean look.
Yep.
Which does matter when it comes to these 3D printing machines.
Yeah.
And as long as, and if the connectors were the bottleneck and the problem, as if they seem to have provided some way to mitigate this by being pre-plugged in and have the little clips that hold it into place. And so if that solves the issue in the X2 has zero problems with cables, then it should be heralded as a great success.
Yeah, and they're listening and they're improving, and it's fantastic.
I just don't know. I mean, I have no idea what the time is for or the number of hours that these can be bent or what the angles are. But I mean, that's not a tight radius there. That's not a tight radius there, and I mean, this barely moves. It's X, so.
Well, and then for those of you who may be familiar from the 2D printing world, these are actually spec'd for motion. Not like, you know, when you think of a ribbon cable, a lot of times you might think of the old IDE ribbon cable style. And the reason we don't typically see those is, as I understand it, they're not spec'd to be moving back and forth because, you know, your hard drives don't jump around a lot in
That's
your
true.
case.
Pardon me.
Did you want to switch again?
No.
Gonna test it.
Oh, testing the run out.
Oh, we ran out of filament.
Look at that.
And look at
Immediate
that.
Pause.
Stop.
Wow. What does it say here? I got a beep.
Ooh, that's a
The beep.
beep.
Focus.
Okay. So
Someone throws a curveball. I'm gonna get out of the way.
no, so
Stand up.
this is interesting. I've experienced printers before that when they run out of filament, the bed starts cooling down. So the bed and the hot end are the same temperature right now.
Good.
So let's see.
It really wants some attention. You committed the cardinal sin of letting the end go Now you've done it, Joel.
No, I can find it.
Never, ever, ever let the end of your spool go.
Let's pick it. Wait, let's get a different color.
Oh, you want to do a color change?
Sure.
You
Here we
want
have it
white? You want?
Sorry about the beeping.
This is the worst day of my life.
Hold on, I'll go grab from the pot. Nah, I'm not going that way.
You're not going either way.
Going that way.
Dude,
You know what? What about this? What about this green?
That's flexible. We can't do that.
Can't do flex.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
there's
for
more
this.
blue. It's white.
There's
or
a
blue.
darker blue on that side.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I got
I'm
it.
gonna drop levels.
Sorry, guys.
Or whether or not that. Oh, it stopped.
Yeah, stop leaping. So
Stop it. In.
This is like a comedy show as Pooch goes back and forth. Yes, it does feel like that. Let's see. Who is your guest? I recognize his face. LOL. Yes. Mamadou. Thank you.
Okay, so when you change filament,
oh no, it's pooping out right on the
it poops out onto the model.
model.
That's not ideal. But at least it kept it at temperature.
Okay, so the bed and the nozzle stayed at the temperature at which it was set, which is handy. I mean, honestly, it was also able to recognize that the filament ran out like that. That was really cool. The problem, though, is those beeps. I don't know if it's a problem. I mean, it did stop eventually, but hey, we tested it.
That's good. I mean, if you were in another room or something
Sure.
and it wanted, it's doing its job.
And it did.
I think it's
stop.
doing its job.
It did stop after like 10 beeps. So
It did. Well, it did just go above the model, so it didn't try to move to a side or anything.
It would be nice if it did just kind of do a little shift, but that's easily modified in firmware.
Oh yeah, yeah. If it's running Marlin 2.x on a 32-bit board, I mean, that's a new config H, unless Scott has, said parking X and Y.
Parking profile.
Parking profile.
Put a sheet of paper down. I must have
Oh.
missed
Oh,
something.
over the model.
When loading, you can put a sheet of
Oh, that's a
paper.
good idea.
That's
That's a really good idea.
good lord. That's a really good idea.
Sometimes the simplest solutions, right? Caps Lock says that's a fail? I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't understand the fail because the success condition is defined as recognizing the filament ran out, making it easy to unload the old bit and load the new bit and then continue printing. So those are our success conditions if we're doing this as a test. So I don't know what you're defining as a failure, but I'd love to hear.
It
what
could
you
be
have to say.
better. It could be better if it had a park position that wasn't over the model. But
Yeah.
I like the paper idea. Why not?
The
Right?
paper idea is great.
You really like the
Jeez,
paper
it's,
idea.
it's just so simple.
And are we getting? It looks like it just picked right back up. And
Yeah.
Sure did.
Going okay. All right. All right.
Mike Armstrong with $4.99. Are you out of your mind? That would look great printed in What the Filament blue PLA. What is What the Filament? Have you heard of that?
I have not.
I have not
It
heard of
sounds
What the
familiar.
Filament.
I feel
It does
like
sound
I
familiar.
have heard of it. What happens if it breaks below the runout sensor? Well, it wouldn't be able to detect that, right? I mean, it's basing its
Right.
action on the. So that would be an unfortunate failure, I suppose.
Right.
It
Well,
would,
that's an interesting question, though. And I could.
it would air print.
So we run into the issue so this goes 400 millimeters high, which is going to be, what, 1, 2, 3. I mean, it could be that this doesn't twist enough and we have some tight bends. The test case then is going to be printing a 400 millimeter tall model that is the width of X and Y and seeing if we get a failure condition along there. I wonder if you could relocate that to like a rep box. above it.
Sure, you could.
Yeah.
I think ideally, the point would be ideally you want it as close to the extruder as possible so that you're really detecting. The problem is the closer you get here, the less margin of error there is if it's slow to. But obviously, it triggered
But
instantly.
if it's running, if it's a 32-bit board running Marlin 2.x, it has plenty of time
Oh,
to
yeah.
sense
It stopped
filament run out.
Stopped right away.
It did. It was right away.
I think they're just trying to keep mass off of the extruder, so they just put it up by the spool rather than trying to locate it within the extruder assembly down here.
I think they're using old stuff. I think they're
Well,
using.
yes, they're absolutely
They're
using
using a holdover from the X1 in order to do that, which isn't a problem at all. But it looks like there is a path for upgrading, because I wonder if there's enough pins in this cable to carry this signal into the board.
So I'll tell you, if they're using the same, I think there's a 20 pin and a 30 pin. There's a 20 pin that's going on the X and a 30, at least that's how it was before. And there was a mod that a lot of people were doing on the X1 where they would put their own BL Touch on there and use 2 of the open conductor,
Really?
or 3, or
Okay.
however many.
So there is
what it?
space.
There was space. I would assume there probably still is.
Okay.
There's a tiny breakout board here.
There's still some filament wisps. Now it's on you.
And in fact, you know what the trick was is there used to be an LED under there, and a lot of people would abandon the LED and use the leads to power your BL Touch. There is a light trigger. Is there still?
There it is.
There is still an LED under there. So that was a trade-off. There wasn't space. There was space if you abandoned the LED.
I see.
Apologies. But I know I'd rather have a BL Touch than an LED on my printer because you can always do external lights and stuff.
This has been phenomenally quiet.
It really is. Did it spec what stepper driver? Are they the Trinamic steppers?
I believe
or
they're
any of that stuff?
2209s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe it's TMC 2209s. I think.
We'd be able to. Another $4.99. Are you out of your mind?
I have 3 artillery printers, and the only thing I don't like is the non-removable glass bed. Hey, you are printing success. Yes, with a big thumbs up. Yeah, this is printing. This is a success.
So I on mine ended up putting just a magnetic build plate as an upgrade. It was a cheap and easy. I think I found one by Everyone.
Everyone.
And that was good, and it had a neat texture to it. I really liked that.
I do have the calipers out because we did print a check cube, which should be 20 on the X, 20 on the Y, and 20 on the Z or Z. Test it.
All right. Right as well.
Down on top, doing the top.
Fans are super quiet.
The
Well, here,
print
look at
fan
this.
and
So
the-
I
and
am
the cooling
standing
fan.
right here. Which camera are you on?
I'm on 2, which is the close up.
Can they see me?
Yeah. Well, you're in a, yeah.
Hey,
It's pretty quiet.
hey.
They can probably hear the AC over that.
It's going pretty slow
to be
right now.
honest with you.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. So here's.
There you go.
It's quiet.
Are the levels even showing up?
Yeah, there are levels showing up, but shut up so they can hear. There you go.
Okay, there we go.
Julian Followell with a 5-pound contribution. Is the filament out still connected to the screen so it doesn't work with Octoprint? Is the filament out sensor?
Oh, because it used to be that they weren't running Marlin before. No, they were running Marlin before, but it was 1.x.
It was a custom. Yeah. No, it was Marlin though.
Okay. Well, I just remember like certain things
I
that
never
you had
ran
to
mine
disconnect
with,
the screen in order to do
Yeah,
stuff.
I never run mine with Octo. So
Well,
I don't
it's
know.
unknown. It'll be something that needs to be tested.
Yeah, it sounds like Altistick probably makes a bed. I think there's a lot of options for the 300 by 300 for flex plate upgrades, and that's
Well, 300 by 300 is a pretty standard size.
It's pretty standard size, yeah.
Well, here, since we're nearing the end of this, well, we're going to have to measure it just to make sure. But then what's going to be the next print? I'd love to know your thoughts, because I've got almost a full 1 kilogram spool of Filament One's the PLA Pro Select. So the idea of it would be to have a long print and then tweet about it tomorrow when it's done. So if you've got a nice long print we could try on this, I'd love to give it a shot.
the first one was also quiet from Toaster Repair Unit. It was pretty
It was.
quiet. It was
Yeah,
not
yeah.
this quiet, but
It's
it was quiet.
This was quiet enough quiet enough to elicit the, whoa, it's quiet.
Noticeably quiet. Full bed pooch rock.
A full bed pooch rock. No, I really want to print something good.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Ooh.
Don't blame you, especially with this nice filament.
Yeah, that filament
A
one.
SpaceX Falcon Heavy. I mean, that's a good tall boy. What's good? Because you got that 400.
Yeah.
I mean, it might not be done
It
tomorrow.
won't be done tomorrow, yeah.
Unless it's like but a rock. I mean, a Falcon Heavy if it's a hollowed out one.
On the
right?
Viper, I did the TARDIS Dice Tower. That was a fun print, and it took 17 hours.
But you've done it.
But I've done it. Right. I'm just saying, like, that was a print that I did.
Huh. Something. What's good these days? Come on, give us some suggestions, guys.
One of the things that I love about 3D printing when it comes to something like this is how easy the setup was. And normally you have to take into consideration that we're streaming, watching chat, trying to shout people out. You know, a simple thing can be a little bit harder. But this was simple and it went together really easy, even though we were having to pay attention to other things. And then the default profile for the X1 in Prusa Slicer is what's making this, so that was free and easy to get. The leveling was in a menu, free and easy to get.
But how does it measure?
I don't know, but
Let's find out, eh?
first of all, look at that. Look at that surface quality.
It's great.
I think it's decent. I think we can get better, obviously, and sparkle filament is going to hide imperfections. But the resume print worked really great because, let's see, I'll put it right there, Sean.
Thank you.
Sorry. Hey, I
Good,
knew.
good from far.
You did.
Yeah,
Pick
what
a
do you got?
spot.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm viewing a hard angled light, the layers aren't perfect.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
And I see maybe a little ringing in the chip in the front, on the front
Maybe.
side.
Can I take it and take a look at it?
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like it's not necessarily a ringing. I think it is extrusion. I think we're over extruding slightly.
Okay.
And so I think within Prusa Slicer, the defaults are going to be a.
And
we
you just
have
do a
the-
generic PLA because it's not like we tuned the filament or.
No, we didn't. Is it in here?
Your filament set. Are you looking for the extrusion multiplier?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right in here.
Where? Spoolway.
It should be in here.
That's what I was thinking.
That's. That is very strange. I've never seen that before. Extrusion multiplier has always been in the filament settings. for-
Okay. Well, anyway, that would be something that I was thinking we would
Oh,
adjust.
you're on. Hold on a second. You're on simple.
Expert.
Because you just installed it.
Yeah.
There we go.
And it's
There's your
one.
extrusion
Yeah, so the
multiplier.
extrusion multiplier is 1. With PLA, generally you have to go below 1 by a little bit. So now the next test for me, if I wanted to tune it, it's not that bad.
Yeah, well, okay, so your temps were 215/60. That's just, again, these are just kind of starting points. And
Yeah.
I don't know what the spec is for this filament, but you should always, whenever you can, do a filament calibration.
Sure, well, temp tower and all that kind of stuff. But I
Yeah.
mean, with the filament, with the extrusion multiplier at 1, it means that we could try like 0.9, 0.95, and then kind of, go in there.
But for a just put it on there and go, it seems
I think
like a
put it
pretty
on there
good
and go is
result.
pretty darn good. Okay, so let's see. You want me to do it here?
Sure.
Okay. What's your guess?
I'm going to say you're a little over if we think we're over extruding. So what, 20, 21?
20.15, 20.14 on X.
Pretty good.
It's decent. 20.13. So a little.
consistent.
It's just a little bit extra.
How's the Z?
Z 20.36, 34.
Okay.
It's a little bit extra. So it looks like it looks like a 0, or I'm sorry, 1 for our filament extrusion multiplier is a little bit much, and so reducing it a little bit is probably going to bring the measurement of X, Y, and Z or Z more in line.
Yep.
Which might improve then the walls and these little parts here.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to have any problem tuning
No,
this
no,
thing
no.
to give you really good results.
Not at all. Well then, okay, so we've got ourselves a check cube that measured up, and we have an idea of what to do next. But now we need to come up with a print. We need to come up with something that we can set to go and have run for 10 hours.
Rockets.
20 hours. You like rockets, huh?
I don't
I like rockets. So let's
know,
take a look at the chat.
You know, I like milkshakes. Tell you what.
Oh yeah.
I want to actually drink a milkshake, not printing milkshake.
Right. It's that's
Baby Groot?
kind of what I was implying.
Blue?
Think about it. We got blue though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's blue.
Blue. What's blue?
Besides the TARDIS.
Michael
very-
Grugel, fix him, dude. I'm so over extrusion.
No, you're not, but that's a good one.
Boo. These dad jokes.
There's a lot of dads in the crowd. Play to the crowd.
Keep in mind, that's a profile for the X1, which has different drivers, so not 100%
Yeah,
apple to
yeah.
apples. No, I mean,
Yeah.
we realize that, Chris. Yeah, that's fine. Jim
Fair.
Stamper with rockets, print and place cement mixer. Oh, yeah, that's a fun one.
Oh, yeah. Is there a good Fab 360? You got a Foldo?
The torture test?
Torture toaster.
The torture toaster.
Torture
yeah.
toaster.
Well, I think that's more in line with once we get things configured.
Well,
Or-
so what are you talking about? Like any of the print in place stuff where
Yeah,
you
print
want
and
to
place
test
stuff,
the
yeah.
tolerances and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, fair.
David Heron, a new fan shroud.
Yeah, it's just an injection molded fan shroud in the thing. There's probably room for improvement on the cooling. Get a little surround cooling. But not a bad result.
The Bugman Tiki.
I like that.
Ooh,
What about one of the new Staros?
Well,
the
this
Tiki's
looks-
interesting
that
because you
Tiki's
got
kind
some
of interesting.
detail.
Yeah.
And it's got some height. Why not?
Okay, we'll do the torture toaster next time. This time we will do. Chris Russell sent us the Tiki cup to enhance your summer
A
fun.
can koozie.
It's like a can koozie. Hey, John Stern with a $5. High five. Thank you for that. Base mode or Tiki reduced? Probably not the base mode. We don't.
No, do the Tiki And what scale? There's no banana, so I have no idea.
Well,
how
I
big
was
that
going to
is.
make it as big as possible.
Well, then, yeah.
I think that's only appropriate.
Yeah, so then just do the.
You got a full kilogram. Why not?
Save as.
Yeah. You got a kilo. You may as well use it, huh?
Might as well.
That's right.
Dexter's Starro. Yeah, a lot of
Oh.
people. Believe me, Starro
what I
will
said.
get some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm aware. I would like to watch it.
Watch it tonight.
I will.
But it's not a V. It's not a V2. It's not a Suicide Squad 2.
No,
My
no.
apologies for not being aware, because there was a Suicide Squad.
Right,
Yes.
right. Yeah. It's not a sequel or a reboot. I don't know what that means. But
It's like somebody else decided I'm gonna make a better Suicide Squad.
yeah. I think so.
Interesting.
Others should be like, well, forget that last one. Just forget it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's James Gunn, man. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm excited.
You,
for that.
you're optimistic?
Yeah. It's getting
All right.
good reviews. So you can watch it tonight. You can
Yeah,
come
we'll
help
hang
me-
that TV up.
Yeah, help me hang a new TV. And,
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
You're clipping.
I know. Well, it's telling me I didn't set the height.
It doesn't
for the
have the
printer.
parameters
Bed
for
shape
the
300 by
height.
300. Height is
200.
There we
There's
go.
your, there's your
400.
problem.
There's the problem.
This baby's got a lot of Z. It's always interesting as you get up into the upper heights of these to see if you get any artifacts from the rocking
The wobble?
potentially. From
Well,
the wobble,
You need the what do you the
the
rods.
the bracing.
Yeah, the bracing rods.
Oh,
Yeah.
like the sear. Yeah.
This was my least favorite. The first thing I did on my X1s was I got rid of this up here. I don't like having all the
All the
mass
weight?
up here.
no. Well, like with the G Max,
Potentially wobbling
I didn't
around.
want the weight up there either.
No, and it's very easy to come up with a different spool holding
Yeah.
solution.
Yeah.
Perhaps a wall mounted one.
Michael Grugel, that's a
fiver?
$5. A high five. New challenge: 10-minute torture toaster. Jeez.
The fast toaster.
Robert Griffin with a 20. That's 4 5s. Appreciate that. Have some adult beverages on me. High five, Joel, Sean, and Pooch.
Thanks.
Thank
That's
you.
really, that's really kind. That's really, really kind. Thank you. Okay, we're slicing it up now. I've got.
That's a fun model.
I did. So the
Bug me.
Tiki cup that Chris Russell, Practical Printing, put in the chat. I scaled it up to 300 millimeters on the Z or Z.
That'll
Wow.
put us right about
Put
here.
it right about there. Yeah. Slicing it up.
How'd you? What'd you feel? What was your feeling on the bed adhesion as you were pulling that off?
It adhered. Quite
Good. It was
well.
on there.
Yeah.
That first layer, and this, to be fair, I think that's from that booger I was telling you.
Yeah,
about.
that's from the booger. That's why I didn't really.
That first
Don't worry
layer,
about it.
though, I mean, it laid down a decent looking.
So printing time is two days, 3 hours.
2
Wow.
days, 3 hours. How many perimeters is on that by default?
2.
Okay, and it's a 0.4 nozzle. That's a
Well,
long
that's
print.
because it has to do all this infill. See.
Yeah. Well, you could do the vase.
Okay, let's look at vase mode. We're gonna look at vase mode. We're gonna see if
Is that a true
That'll
test?
be
Is
an
that- is that a-
interesting test because of how much indent, right? So you're going to have some overhang for that vase. That might be hard for a 0.4, but
maybe
We'll see. I
So
mean,
this
it's
was
designed-
designed by Bugman 140, and he might have taken that into account.
Bugman knows what he's doing.
He does. You know what? If we're going vase mode, I mean, we might as well go 350 on the Z.
Embiggen it.
Yeah. Why not?
That's a big tiki.
That's a,
You're going to need a much bigger can.
Well,
that is a spiralized. Slice it up.
Why, there's such a wobble.
Oh, because it's on this.
It'd be funny if it had Dell put the leveling feet on it. It's a hefty rig, guys. It's heavy.
yeah, I would imagine so with all that.
It is heavy.
The
And go
power.
look
The
online at
power.
that Ethernet connector because it's really
You do
cool
love the
design.
Ethernet
I
connector.
do.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
I can
it.
just show them.
Can you see it?
Well,
It's hard to tell with it plugged in, but because of how thin the rear is, they didn't want to have it any thicker than it needed to. It's got this interesting little clippy
no, yeah.
that just holds the bottom in place.
Have you just not seen that before?
No, I've never seen that
My
before.
laptop has that.
Have you seen that before?
Yeah.
See, I've never seen that before. I guess I have old laptops that are just thick.
Maybe you need a new laptop.
I do need a new. I'm waiting for the new
can-
MacBook Pro.
Me too.
I wanna really see that that M1X or M2.
M1, yeah, exactly. That's what
You
I'm waiting
know,
for.
I
too.
like to wait for the second
Yeah.
iteration of new tech. You know.
Well, I mean, the M1 chip is great, but
Yeah.
but we're so close to the point of the next one coming out that I'm just gonna wait.
exactly.
Look at this. The when a print is done, well, it must be the G code. It just keeps the bed warm.
I just wanted a machine that I can use Final Cut with. That's the
Wait,
only reason
hold
I'm
on a
getting
second. It
that
just
Mac.
kept the bed warm.
Yeah, the bed's warm.
Well, is that just the ambient heat from it?
No.
It
Meaning
wasn't
it's
like
at 60
powering
C.
it.
No, it's
Oh.
yeah, the bed is powered. I think by default that's a slicer setting to.
to not
Oh,
turn
like
off the
over
bed?
it will cool down over time.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
It won't just leave power
Oh,
applied
yeah.
to the bed.
I thought you meant like it was just still at
No,
60.
this G code was built to not turn off the bed heater
Okay.
because that's just a default in the slicer.
I'd be worried I'd walk away and it would just
Sure,
constantly be on.
Yeah, I would not want that.
sure. But I mean, it's really handy if you're going to print again in 5 minutes.
So interesting about that LED, and I don't remember if the first one did that, but right now while it's heating up, it's red, purple.
Looks purplish.
It does look purplish, but you know when I look at the LED itself, it looks more red. I think they're going for red for heat.
Might just be coming.
Scan Joe with $5.99. How do you mind? The audio sounds like it's on voice activate and doesn't always activate, and the quiet fan sequence muted. It was extremely quiet.
Well, that'll make it quiet
That'll
if it's
make
muted.
it quiet. Yeah.
Is it an OBS setting?
No, it must be because
No.
we were getting levels over here, so I don't know. Like the board.
It's auto
was showing-
muting.
Is it? Is that a thing?
The
I don't
board
think
was
it's a
showing
thing.
levels.
There are absolutely clip settings in OBS,
Oh, sure.
but
But I don't
You've-
have any clip settings in OBS.
I.
I don't.
Oh, sorry for the audio, guys.
Sorry.
Doing the best.
We will get that settled.
Okay, I'm gonna. This is the skirt, and I'm just moving some booger out of the way. Nothing to be alarmed about.
You're really not good at that.
Nothing to see. Well, it's just, and again, it's just the skirt, so it's. I moved it out of the way.
Oh, I see what you were doing.
I didn't want it to interfere with where it's laying down the actual
I see.
perimeter.
See, I thought you were trying to pick it up and you weren't able to.
No, I didn't. I didn't want to. I just get it out of
That's
the way.
fine.
Get it out of the way.
That's fine.
But
Daniel Wiggins, the LED on the X1 is confusing and not too useful.
I'd agree. That's why I actually got rid of it and used it for my BL Touch.
You have a gate somewhere in the audio chain, Chris Russell says. That makes a lot of sense. And so,
He knows audio. That guy. That's what he does for a living.
I don't know,
You didn't know?
but I'm not sure what's going on with it.
which channel is Pooch on?
3.
You love it. Tell me.
There
you
are
know you love it.
there are gate settings within that, and so I don't think channel 3 was
Okay.
set for voice. So we know
Gotcha.
for next time.
Yep.
Pascal Dobler, congrats to 500K. Thank you.
That's a big.
It
Congrats.
is. I think so. Devious FPV, how often is re-leveling needed? That's a really good question. I
great
don't know the
question.
answer to that. I suppose if something sticks really hard and you really have to wrench at that bed to get it off,
Well, you know, part of the advantage of the auto bed level setup is you can set it to probe on every print, or you can have it save at every time. And honestly, that's a good indicator of the quality of a printer is how well can it hold tune.
yeah, that's true. It could be that I was slicing a model and that was causing the audio breakdown. Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know, something to look into.
Yeah, good to test that before the next stream, huh?
Yeah.
Loyal Moses with a $5 super chat. I can't find the sign up link to win this printer and that Dell laptop.
I wonder why. Why do you suppose that is, Loyal?
Oh, Loyal. That's funny. Hey, if everybody goes to Dell and tells them they love it, maybe they'll give away a laptop.
It would be
sometime.
good.
Who knows?
Do a giveaway.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, we could always use the second one for editing. I'm just saying.
I've heard good things about the new, what is it, the XPS series? They isn't that their kind of their main line?
That's like their workhorse.
The
machine.
workhorse
Yeah,
line?
yeah, yeah.
I'd seen some recent reviews. I'd heard good things.
Benny Brady says howdy. Howdy. Why Van 256? Re-level is needed after every earthquake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Coming from earthquake country, I can attest to that, sure.
Scott Latine, remember when slicing a model used to be a crime? Scott. Joke level. Like,
That's a good one. It's kind of a little dark, but you know.
that's fine.
Yeah, I know we said we're looking forward to that new M1, M1X or M2 chip for an Apple laptop, but we all work on PC based,
Yeah,
Windows based machines. And that's why we have the Dell.
Yeah.
That's like
Let me
I
take a
want
look.
that as my spare
Get in
laptop,
there, my friend.
not my primary. one.
Get in there.
looks and feels glorious for
Yeah.
a first layer.
Yeah.
It's a good looking first layer.
Jeez, like it's smooth. Feel it. Here, go over there.
May I touch it?
Damper, not taking any credit, but
It's
you
good.
gained 497,000 subs since I started watching. Just saying.
That's some staying power right
That's
there.
pretty
Good-
crazy.
good job.
Yeah.
I don't remember at what point I became aware of you, but it was well after 3,000 subscribers.
Was it?
Mine was pretty early on.
Yeah?
early on. Yeah, I
Yeah, but
forget.
you guys knew each other.
But we knew
from-
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Jano, how was your Rise of the Resistance experience, Joel? Well, Sean hasn't written it yet, so I can't give spoilers.
No spoilers.
And, well, Pooch hasn't written
No,
it yet
I won't.
either, right?
No, I haven't.
I think it's probably one of the most advanced and coolest attractions in the world today. I think the level at which they brought the technology and the real actors and the story together, it's amazing. What are you doing?
I have a comment. There's a new carriage on the Y.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
look at that!
And it's got 3 sets of V wheels on either side. One of my beefs with this style is I don't like a singular track because it allows for wobble.
Yep.
Right? But they've definitely beefed up the V wheels the way it clamps on there. I'm still a little skeptical about that long term. It's not my favorite design, but it works obviously. And the points at which the belt connect look way sturdier because they're actually protruding down from the
Oh, I see.
casting or the stamping. In this case, it looks like they're folded. But it's nice. It looks good, and it's a beefy piece of metal too. So they've definitely put some thought into it.
Dougal says, have you tried Clipper yet? And then says, why not?
It's like he knew what you were gonna say.
That's funny. No, I've got a Voron build planned. I know I've been saying that, but I've got parts in. LDO is helping sponsor the build, and the PIF print the print service for Voron parts. Have you heard of that? The PIF?
No.
Oh, there is a print service for Voron parts. If you need Voron parts printed, then the PIF.
They're called the PIF? P-I-F-F?
Print in. It's the PIF.
In
I think.
freaking filament.
Henry Rogers with the fiver. Did you build a droid? That's a silly bucket list thing for me to do. No, I did go to Batuu and experience Star Wars Land. At night, it is legit like being transported to another place. It is crazy how cool it is at night. I did not build a lightsaber. I did not build a droid.
I don't think that's a silly bucket list thing. That's great.
I think it's wonderful, but for me, both of those are really expensive, and I just didn't think that the money I would spend would be enough to. I wouldn't enjoy it for how much it costs.
It was a paid thing. I didn't realize that.
To build a droid, it's $100 to $200.
Oh, really?
It's a radio-controlled droid you get to then take home.
That's a neat idea, though. I'd never.
At the Spider-Man ride, you could buy a radio-controlled spider that walks and goes.
Yeah, it looks a lot like the from the Spider-Man game. Well,
that's the ride. Is all those are from the Spider-Man? Yeah.
Print it forward.
Print
That's
it forward.
Much better.
Print it forward. Thank you, Brecor. Print it forward. Print it forward.
I'll be making the two Ahsoka, both Ahsoka lightsabers.
Uh-oh. Danger.
What?
You got to lift.
What causes that?
What causes it?
Yeah.
Poor bed adhesion a
Is
lot
it?
of times. They're little. I mean, you just pressed it down.
Oh, did I?
You literally just pressed it back down again. Let's see if it comes up again.
Well, here. Where's here we go.
Yeah, you can see it here. It's starting to. But maybe some nanopolymer, huh?
Okay, so here's some nanopolymer adhesive. We're gonna wait for that.
Pour some out for the printer homies on there. You see what I'm talking about, though? The on the fly. Ooh, it's sizzling. Is that a good sign when it sizzles?
Yeah, it's like making bacon.
Just like it.
I remember that. You remember that game, the dice game with the pigs? And
Pass the pigs.
Pass the pigs.
Pass the
And that
pigs
was
was a
one
wonderful
of the moves.
game.
Making bacon was
Yep.
one of the moves.
Yep.
Pick up on that. John wouldn't have gotten the reference.
Nope.
He's too young.
Not that
Young
young.
buck. Pass the pigs.
Chris Lane. I've been an aspiring theme park designer, Imagineer my whole life, but ended up just 3D printing instead. You know what? We all
Hey,
do.
you can still.
It's
There's still time. There's still time.
It's lifting a little. Oh, it's lifting a lot a bit.
Yeah.
Is it because it's too close to the bed?
Well, no. In this case, I think it's a little too far at that point.
Really? No,
it's
because
hard
it's
to
laying it
tell.
down fine, but it's like pushing
You
up
think
from
it's
the bed.
you think it's actually pushing back up again, huh?
You've seen that, right? Where it lays it down on the bed,
Oh, I've
but for some
certainly-
reason it flings up.
Absolutely, I've seen that. In fact, on the CR30, it's weird because when it has more of a tendency to do that because it's actually pushing down at an angle, and you can watch it almost like curl over when you're too close to the bed.
Yeah.
I will say, like the lines are, they're very close together. So it's not. There's no gap in the lines. So you may
Okay.
well be right that it's coming. It for one reason or another, it is lifting up at this point.
Well, here, I'll tell you what. They've got baby stepping now, right?
They do have baby stepping. Let's.
So let's go up
Babies.
0.5 or 0.05.
Woo. I really think it's. Well, I don't know. You might be right. I mean, you are the 3D printing nerd.
I
Is
see
that what they
you
call
did,
you?
Yeah. Some people call me that. Some people call me the
Space Cowboy. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
A few more layers, it will be fine.
It's fighting us. It's fighting
it?
us. I keep laying it back
Well,
down
don't lay
again.
it back down.
Okay.
Let's find out what happens. Okay, see, it's lifting a little
curling
bit
up
there.
there.
Okay, so then we'll go down,
You going lower.
lower 0.05. See, it's lifted up a
Just
lot, isn't
not
it?
getting that stiction there. Well, how hot's the bed right now?
60 C.
Okay.
I
Been
put some
cleaned.
adhesive on there.
You put the nanopolymer.
Yeah. It's 0.5 closer now.
I do like that they have baby stepping enabled. That was a firmware upgrade on the first one.
Well, we'll see how it goes. And never let the machines win. Poor bed adhesion equals blame pooch.
Somehow this is my fault.
Oh, Scanjo99, $5.99. You out of your mind? Wait, she's not, or they're not, because the artillery bed doesn't like to be touched. Very sensitive to skin oils. Oh, did you touch that a lot?
I didn't touch the bed. You touched the bed. I was
I
just
touched
pushing
it
the
though.
filament down.
I touched it in a blessed way, because of all the NPA on my hand.
You blessed it.
It's looking fine now.
It's laying it back down again.
Okay.
It's interesting. It almost looks like over here you can see it's too close and it's over extruded. We never actually did the bed level prior to the ABL. Like you literally just did full send after.
Yeah.
So the wheels have never moved, so we don't know how much the ABL is having to compensate and how much
Sure.
tilt we've
I
got.
just moved it up 0.05 to put it back to where it was at the very beginning, and we'll see
Okay.
what happens.
You see what I'm saying though? Over
Yeah,
here
yeah.
it looks like it's too close.
Sure.
This is actually a really good test though. When you guys do a print over the entire surface, you'll get a really good idea of how flat everything is. You know that.
I do. Of full send.
Yep.
The joys and the yeah, but no guts, no glory too. You know what? It's almost like right where the nanopolymer adhesive is. It's
That's where it's like, no, I don't want to stick.
It doesn't want to stick there. Yeah.
Oh, weird. Well, we'll see what happens. Paul Cumber, where can you order this 3D printer at? That is a good question.
touch it.
I know you do. I looked on Amazon, and they said on Amazon it would be $419. I can't find it on Amazon. I look up Sidewinder X2, and it comes up with
The X1.
the X1 and some Xbox controllers.
Well, it did just come out
This
today,
is on-
right?
This is on the Hicktop store. Yeah,
They just released it today.
they did. Yeah, just released today. Artillery 3D. Let's see if I look there.
It's very quiet.
So it looks like it's not serving up the Hicktop store. Got an X1, an X1, X1, X1.
Genius, yeah.
Genius.
Look, there's some replacement extruders for Uncle Jesse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they told me it was going to be $419 on Amazon. I cannot find it on Amazon at this time. Artillery website for $409. Ah.
Wonder what the shipping time on that is.
Oh, I don't know.
We'll find out.
Artillery has it for $406 on pre-sale.
All right.
Toaster repair unit. Didn't they change their name to Evnovo?
They tried.
They tried.
Yeah, they tried for a hot minute. I actually have a bed that says Ednovo on it, and it just didn't stick. I
Oh,
think.
Sean, Joel, it's been a lot more noticeable when talking stops, all audio cuts out.
No idea.
So it must be the Rodecaster setting.
Yeah, something.
And it's doing for both of us guys, or just one of us?
I said all talking, so it must be
Huh.
all of them. A very large first layer. There's a lot of first layer going on there.
Yeah. A lot of surface area. Cover.
I wonder if that.
What's that?
I don't know. I turned these green buttons off. Don't know if that'll do anything. We'll find out.
Sean has pushed the buttons, everybody.
Were the green buttons on?
Yeah.
What's the icon on the green buttons?
An ear.
Oh.
No, there's like
Maybe that's enabling dynamic effects or something.
Something.
And then maybe it's not.
I have no idea.
Okay, Sean made a change, so let us know if the audio is better.
that's Vinny. What's his name? RC Maniac.
Oh, yeah.
He's our check.
He's good people.
Yeah.
We got to stop talking so we.
Well, we stop and then we start again, so he can tell, right?
Right.
Yeah. That's how that works.
Now we stop.
Now
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Hey, did somebody order pizza?
No.
Okay, because somebody.
Sent us a pizza?
No, someone. 3 pizzas arrived at your house with your name. Yeah,
That's random.
How did you find that out?
Nikki is texting me.
Oh, yeah, I had my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Thanks for the pizza?
Someone sent pizzas to my house. Okay.
It's 3 pizzas at different times from 3 different places, all in the last 20 minutes. That's weird.
That's very weird. Like almost like they don't want you tracking them.
Right.
What does that even mean? 3 different pizzas from 3 different places?
I don't like that, actually.
I don't either.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Also, we're not there, so we don't get the
Right.
pizza.
All right. Don't
So
worry.
that sucks.
They don't even get it.
Well, that's weird.
Send me some pizza.
Okay.
Pizza party. Was it Angus?
What
Angus?
was it? Were they prepaid?
Well,
No, they're COD. They're
yeah,
COD
yeah,
pizzas.
let's see.
No, Joel. I don't know.
Did you have like an auto order set for multiple
No.
places? Joel?
What is that? It's like it could be.
Sundays at 4. Pizza.
This is the premise of one of the like. Could it be yourself from the future trying to
Right.
send yourself pizza?
Right. If you don't have pizza right now, the world will end in 2 minutes.
Right. It's like
Yeah.
that call you get. Joel, it's yourself from the future. You're in grave danger. Get out of the house.
Okay, well, there's pizza at the house, I guess. Cool.
Pizza Hut.
From
To the hut.
Is it from? They can't be from Pizza Hut. If you're gonna send us pizza, make a good pizza. You know.
Lots of pizza.
apparently there's lots of pizza. Okay, well that's
Whoever the mystery pizza sender is.
sure.
The troubling thing is his home address. That's troubling.
It is a little, which means that it. But typically that would mean it's
Someone we
somebody
know.
who.
Oh, and Mickey's mom paid for the pizzas.
Oh, so
Wait, what?
What's going
The
on?
mystery.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to tell people how this
Okay.
pans out.
Okay, that's kind of weird.
Did they send Hawaiian pizza? Chris wants to know.
It's a good question.
A couple things of note on this first layer. I am feeling some breeze from the AC coming through here. I don't know if that's impacting things,
No, it shouldn't.
but you can see what we're getting here. I don't know if Sean
No, it's on it.
saw that. So we may just see what happens.
I think we may see what happens. You know, at this point, can you go to camera one, Sean?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't. My feet are sore.
Just wait till he goes over
Took a
there again
seat.
and then ask him to do
Right.
it.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Actually, well, it's actually a good point. So we've got a first layer going down. We'll keep track of this. We'll keep track of what's going on at the beginning here. But again, I think we're good. So thanks to Artillery for sending the X2 over. Really thankful at the quality that this is built from. And it looks really good. It seems to be printing really well. There's some things we have to adjust, but I mean, other than that, we're just gonna let this big vase tiki print, and hopefully Chris Russell loves it. And
Also-
a big thanks to Dell for sponsoring. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Good shot.
A big thanks to Dell for sponsoring this stream and one coming up, and look forward to the Dell sponsored video on the second channel where we get to talk about our process and how we actually do things. I'm really looking forward to that. Well, if you've made it this far, you're awesome. Don't forget to hug each other more. Thanks for joining us, Pooch.
High five.
And as always,
Hi.
right, as always, high five.
High five.